to talk about professional wrestling.
Nobody knows the whole story, so I'll tell you.
How about you, Jason?
Oh, this is like a murder room. This is great.
Lots of black sex magicians out there, right?
And look down like, what the fuck?
Oh, we're gonna just do it this way and nobody's gonna stop us.
I want to show that a real champion has to do things for the community, for your people, for other women.
In this business, what you sell is emotions. If you manage to get people invested, you did it.
That's reverse videotapes.
It's time for another MMMshow.
Welcome to another edition of Mass Mats and Mayhem. Over there, I got my co-host, the man from down under, but always getting over. It's Comatose, and I am Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. Comatose, we were arguing in our chat. It's time to argue now in front of the people. Why did you like that shit?
Why did I like that shit? I mean, you don't get that sort of quality every day on, just normal TV shows or episodic shows. Why wouldn't you like that shit? That's the question I'm going to throw back.
Okay, I'll tell you what got my goat. I was into that match. I was into the MJF Kenny Omega that we just saw on Dynamite. We got a new AEW World Champion. By God, Kenny Omega, and I'm down with that. I don't have a problem with that necessarily. We'll talk a little bit about the hot potato wing compared to hot shotting, because right now AEW's got a little hot potato situation. Is hopefully Bear comes in, because I know Bear's a big fan of that. Oh, my man Pato, what's up, brother? We're just talking about a little bit of that AEW. So yeah, I think there's some hot shotting going on in WWE, and there's some hot potatoing going on in AEW. We'll talk about the difference in a minute. But my issue, the reason why I came in hot tonight, the reason why I'm so fired up is that we're not even 5 minutes in, so I'm not going to start cursing and stuff. But I hate certain types of no selling. I wasn't a big fan of the high spot with Kenny going off the top of his head. I that was a little too much for me personally. And at that point, I was already kind of like, all the boys in the chat were like, yeah, wow. And I was like, that's not my flavor. But, I'm not trying to yuck somebody else's yums. If they were into it, cool. What I can't abide by, though, is whose glasses? Must be mine, because the rest of you guys don't have any glasses. Yeah. You like these? These are my $3 Target bargain bin glasses. Yeah, that's a shoot. They really are $3 glasses from Target. I got two pairs of them too. I love them. I don't know why. They're just like the best looking glasses on me, and they're just readers, but they help me see the computer. The thing I can't abide by, I cannot abide by this in wrestling with this MJF Kenny Omega thing, is the no sell on the nut shot and the belt shot. We can't do that, guys. I get it. I understand why you're doing it, and you're trying to get a reaction, this, that, and the other thing. But for certain staples of wrestling to make sense, that we even have a nut shot and a belt shot, Kenny Omega can't just be no selling that shit all the time. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't do that on a one count too. I mean, that defeats 30 or 40 years of wrestling history where a nut shot means something. A belt shot to the head means something. And he got both and no sold them. Both of them back to back with a no sell is not okay for me. It's not. I can't do it. I can't enjoy a match that ever does that. It's nonsense. It's garbage. I don't care how much Byron likes it. It's stupid. Nut shot, belt shot, not a one count kick out. Never, ever, never, ever under any circumstances.
Okay, Boomer.
It doesn't work. You're erasing 30 or 40 years of wrestling history.
Back in my day, I had to walk 3 miles in the snow uphill to kick out of a nut shot.
Back in my day.
Okay, so what's the next guy? Okay, what's the next guy supposed to do? So now, when I see a nut shot and a belt shot coming, it's not even supposed to look like a finish anymore. Then, right?
Here's
Well,
the
if
thing,
you look
man.
in WWE, you get pinned off
30,
with nut
40
shots,
years,
but I guess
40
they're
years.
tougher in AEW.
What's that?
Oh, because a guy got pinned.
Exactly. Byron's the
Profits
heel
got
here.
pinned off of a nut shot. So
Well,
I was saying AEW
look.
wrestlers are tougher because they don't get pinned off of. No, but the one count kick out is one of the tools of a wrestler in putting together a match. It's a device you can use at the right time, and it works great at the right time.
No. Here's the thing too. Like you just said, like you look back at history and how title, like getting hit with a title or a low blow will be the change of a match and what will sell a match to give you a clear winner. But if you can't adapt, you can't evolve, man. And wrestling's come a long way, man. Like so, it's one of those things where I think like the evolution of it is. I'm not.
But then, why are we even worried about Will Ospreay coming in and taking the Dynamite Diamond Ring? Why are we even worried about these interference moments anymore if two of the biggest ones that you can do don't even equal a 1 count? What are we doing?
But that's the same as kicking out of a finish. You don't know
just don't know what's
exactly
gonna happen.
that it's going to
That's the
happen. And it's a cool surprise. Who had
not shots around?
So, but it still happens where you use the 1 count kick out for a pop, and then you get hit with a move and still get pinned right away. Anything can still happen. It's one of the devices that they use and that they have to put together a match. It's like
because you don't expect it. You don't expect that to happen, do you? You're like, damn, like what the hell? Like we all popped on that, man. Like,
and it gets you so excited. You're like, oh my god!
No, it didn't get me excited. It made me not believe in wrestling at all. It took a good night of wrestling and made me not care about any of it. It took an A+ show and made it a C- for me immediately.
Wow, this guy.
It's garbage. It's garbage. It ruined a night of wrestling for me.
On the chair, man. How's about the tombstone on the chair? You don't see that shit every day.
The tombstone on the chair was dope. I was into the match at that point. I liked everything up until the spike from the top rope. I don't like that. Kicking out, and all the 2 counts and falsies, I'm not a big fan of in the first place. But then you give me a 1 count falsie on a dick shot and a fucking belt shot? Are you kidding me?
Kenny
on a guy that was practically retired 3 weeks ago who's only won 1 friggin' match? Come on,
bro. Like, too, through the reinforced table that was made of paper mache. That was hilarious.
No, I thought the table spot looked great.
Okay, but it's like
the reinforced table that was made of paper.
That was so funny. Why is Excalibur calling that a reinforced table? Like Excalibur, stop, quit life, bro.
That was
those tables. No, tables don't break all the time. That's why I thought it looked cool, but I wouldn't call it reinforced.
And there's a better way to sell it too. It's like, if you're Excalibur, what you should be saying is, wow, we've never seen a table just bust apart like that. That's incredible. The force that he must have been coming down with, the speed and velocity on that move were just incredible to the point where it just smashed our table to smithereens. Instead, he's like, wow, that doesn't usually happen. We have the most reinforced table in the world. It's like reinforced for guys to stand on. Like, bro, we could see the striations in the cardboard. What are you talking about?
I bet the local Teamsters made him say that.
Oh my God! Like, yeah, we built them strong. Do they have Teamsters in Florida? Isn't Florida a non-union state?
I don't know. You can do whatever you want in Florida.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
You can shoot someone if they make eye contact with you and they're a minority.
Pato, am I wrong? Did you hate this thing or did you see this thing? Tell me something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was screaming at my TV. I really like it. I was impressed by the 1 count, but even Will Ospreay was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But I was screaming and that I really like the match. I want him to win. Actually, I was gonna ask you later about that stipulation because they say like it's a Cody's stipulation.
Yeah, Cody clause.
And, so I don't know. I don't have much history
Let's
on that.
explain the Cody clause for our friend Pato here. This is great. This is why I love you, because you ask the questions that I'm sure other people want to know. That, you know, here the refresher course for the Cody clause is back when Cody was an EVP at AEW. He wanted to seem magnanimous and didn't want to seem like he was the booker trying to book himself. He didn't want to look like Jeff Jarrett. He didn't want to look like a Hulk Hogan with creative control. And
TNA, it's like, we're going to make this incredible, like, man on the mountain match, whatever it is, where everyone comes into the ring, and then Jeff Jarrett's going to beat everyone to be champ.
Right.
He owns the company? That's weird.
That's strange. It's so weird how that happens, that the guy that's 60 pounds lighter with the long flowy hair is going to win this match all of a sudden. But yeah, so Cody did this thing, and he had this idea that if he lost a match or whatever, he could never wrestle for the main heavyweight title again. And then he did that, but it was like the doom of his career in AEW, because it made fans not really be as interested in him. It's like, wait, you've basically just officially told us you're mid-card only. So, like, why are we going to treat you better than mid-card only? Because you just told us you're mid-card only. And unlike what's going on with Hangman right now, Cody really did just become like this doorstop in the mid-card programs. And it really kind of was a turning point in his AEW stuff. He had some up moments after that. Like, he still had some blood feuds and some other stuff that was decent, but at the same time, like, Cody and AEW was never the same again after he did that. It wasn't a smart move, which is why when they just recently did it with Hangman Adam Page, we were all like, what? The most unsuccessful idea in AEW history, and we're going to do this to our guy that we just spent a year making our top guy over Moxley? And then, you know, it was effective today for them to announce that Kenny had that clause with this match, because you're like, damn, like, what am I watching AEW for if Kenny Omega can never be champion again? Yeah. Like, it really, it's his belt, and everybody else is just holding it for a while, right?
Also, it's a dumb clause. It's a dumb stipulation. And in the world of wrestling, somehow, like, one of the stipulations that actually gets enforced is this really stupid, the main event guy can't challenge for the world title anymore stipulation. Like, it actually means something by the time we're getting to this Kenny match.
Right. And so I have to say it worked tonight. And even if Kenny had lost, I think it would still work. And then you could do something with him and Hangman, you know, bring Hangman back, and they're both just like, dude, how are we so fucked? And then you find a cool way to get one of them at first out of being fucked, and you set the precedent for unfucking the Cody clause and redeeming it, and basically also at the same time thumbing your nose at Cody saying, yeah, we made your dumbass idea work over here, dipshit, and if you hadn't left us like a bitch, we could have figured it out for you too. But whatever.
Are there sometimes other like clauses within that clause, or within, like, you know, if they're not allowed to challenge for that title or whatever, if while MJF is champion, let's just say, they're not allowed to challenge for it, but like when somebody else becomes champion, they're able to challenge for it again?
People have done that before. People have done that before where I will never challenge so-and-so for a title again. But this clause is I will never challenge for that belt ever again. Okay. So, but it's wrestling. I mean, you just right away out of it. All of a sudden, okay, you can wrestle for it again, but you have to do a 5-tier, you know, Singapore death match to get to, you know. And if you had it be Kenny versus Hangman and they both have the claws hanging over them, and it's like only one of you can ever wrestle for the title again, but you have to win a chainsaw match, whatever the fuck.
I want to see like an opposite. I want to see like where you put a champion in there and you beat every previous champion that's held the belt in the company. And then Hangman's like, I can't do it. And then they're like, you know, then they want Hangman for the belt, and then they have to convince Hangman to actually do it. That would be interesting for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, that there's ways.
I have an idea that would he douses TK in gasoline and holds up a lighter and says, "Give me my goddamn match." or I'll
Look at
give
Bear's
you a
face.
match.
Bear's face.
Captain,
And then
everybody
he'll
on
realize
the
he has a
internet-
lighter instead of a match, and it doesn't land. But still, he'll get.
But
then-
I don't want that to happen because then the next night on TV, I'd have to hear TK talk about how my dad really likes the show, and I was scared for my life, but my dad really likes what I'm doing.
I loved him in the Nick race at the draft.
I would have to hear all the
I'm kidding,
people on
TK.
the internet keep saying that Hangman's done nothing wrong when he tries to light a person on fire to get a match that he was the one that said that he would never challenge again.
Right. But now I'm threatening people's lives and humanity to get it
But
back.
for some reason, Hangman is
Hangman has
never
done
wrong.
nothing wrong. He's never been a heel.
Never.
I don't know if he's ever been a face. This is a problem I'm having with wrestling overall, which is one of the things I was going to talk to you guys about later tonight, but we'll get to that shortly. Let's talk a little bit about the women's situation, because I know Bear was a little frustrated, and it was like, because for weeks we've been saying, obviously it's not going to be Tekla and Mercedes at All In. They can't do it. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to work. They're not going to do it. And even the way that Tekla's been talking about Mercedes, even the way Tekla was talking about her on the mic tonight, she was like, oh, Tekla won the Owen Hart tournament? That's cool. Just kind of no-selling it, but not trying to bury Mercedes. Like, she's not...
Yeah, Mercedes won.
And even this gauntlet match to me is like them all going, hey, guys, we got other people here. We have baby faces that can fight. You know, we've got Thunder Rosa, we've got Mina Shirakawa, we've got Willow Nightingale. Yay!
Well, that's the thing. Willow was TBS caliber, or in the TBS lane. And then once they started doing her recovery promos, also, it might be a little bit of a tip of the hat where she's coming back right when we get a new TBS champ. We didn't really lose much of anything because Willow was hurt and not able to defend in this period of time that the tournament happened. But it seems like they just moved on. They moved her on from that belt, from that lane in the division pretty quickly. Why would they? Oh, because maybe they put her in a different lane. She would be, I think, a tremendous babyface to challenge for the World Women's Championship at Wembley.
Wait a minute. Flynn, when you say you're in the higher leagues, you guess, does that mean like you're on Sherm? You're what?
He's
what does
flying
that
high
mean?
right now.
You did some Flocka? What are we doing here, bro? What kind of higher leagues are we talking about?
No one
Talk
gets
to me,
higher
dude.
than RVD on his frog splash.
Whole new level of malevolence.
Wait, that guy's in the room with us.
Whole new level. What? I can't put up his comments too?
The comments coming from inside the house.
They're inside the room, man. They're in the fucking room.
The voices in my head. The voices in my head.
Sorry, I watched Aliens last week. Go ahead, Bear. Say words. Say words.
I was just saying that it's
I agree.
interesting though, because the Willow thing was super predictable. Like I saw, at least me, I saw that coming a mile away. But
Yeah, I believe you even said that last week too, didn't you?
I
That
don't
was
know
a
if I said it
possibility in
last
your
week.
mind.
maybe, but it seems like, I don't know, Monet hit her with the belt or Tekla with the belt after the match. I mean, they're setting up something with Monet and Tekla, and Double D came out and took out the whatever the Sin, is that what they are now? Or I know they're all the Triangle Madness, but
as a tag team, they're the Sisters of Sin.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
say the
and
words
then
at the same time sometimes.
And what's the whole
And
group?
then
The toxic
Triangle of Madness,
Trinity,
right?
triangle of
Madness.
toxicity, trinities.
I love, by the way,
I don't
how
know.
they fed all their extras to the women talent on the show tonight.
Wait. So what is their name? Triangle of Madness?
Madness. Yeah.
See, they should have been Toxic Triangle, because then they could have been TTs versus the DDs.
That'd be the fucking triangle of titties.
Well, they are the
Oh.
the SS versus DD.
Well,
the DDs.
I thought you said they were the STDs of the DDs.
No,
Wow.
the SS. There's a Sin SS versus Double D.
Oh wow, SS versus Double Ds. Yeah, that's grimy.
I don't
That's
know.
like
I
a
wish
Vince.
we
That's
still
like a
had-
Vince Russo matchup.
I wish we
Yeah.
saw a Death Triangle.
That sounds
Pretty
like a
much
great
this
name.
is
If you
the
had like some
women's version
luchadors
of
and
that.
like a mean European guy, that could be a
Triangle de
group.
la Muerte.
More,
You know, I don't know. Are they setting up the Triangle of Madness as a face group now? I mean, obviously they're doing something with Monet and Tekla, but obviously Willow is the clear, like, white hot meat baby face. And so I
mean,
know.
look, if you're Tony Khan and you're setting up a 3-way dance, Mercedes and the Double D's together would make a good tweener faction. If you wanted them to be the tweeners.
Well, that's the thing with
came out and attacked
like the Indies
after the match.
But I'm saying you still leave Tekla as the bad heel.
The thing with AEW is it's more like Indies and PWG, where if fans like what you're doing, if you do cool ass shit, even if you're a bad person, like, you know, a guy Justin was talking about earlier, they'll still cheer you. It's not like in WWE where it's more forced into face heel dynamics and they kind of force everything into defined storytelling elements, you know.
We'll get into that in a minute because I don't think WWE is doing that either at this point.
Well, that's what they're supposed to do.
It's simple Steiner maths, right? You got the double D's, throw in the triple titties, right? Add in Tekla, that gives you 6, right? 6, six of them, and then Jeff Jarrett's in now, so we throw in the 6-sided TNA ring in there as well. It just all works out. You know?
You really want that ring back, don't you?
The goddamn ring, dude.
I'll tell you what. I'll make some calls. I know that Jeremy Borash knows where that ring is, and he works at WWE now. But here's the deal. You have to sign off on Braun Breaker as Intercontinental Champion and LA Knight as WWE Heavyweight Champion to get your 6-sided ring.
You can burn the fucking 6-sided ring down there.
Dude,
I'm trying to make deals. That's
a shit deal. You could. Oh no way, man.
Oh, he's so mad now.
Whatever. She would have said it herself.
Tits and ass.
What they need to do is they need to put up a 3-way match with LA Knight and Sammy and Punk, where you think Sammy's going to get the belt back. They build all the heat for that, and then LA Knight wins in a squash match.
We'll get to that. I can't even think about WWE yet because AEW at least had some things that, like, it was like, thank God there's a wrestling show on this week, because I watched a lot of wrestling this week, but it wasn't until tonight where I was like, thank God some wrestling. You know, even AAA was good, but not like it has been recently. There was some the Damian Priest thing also. I get it. It's fine, but it took too long. And they've had that problem a couple times on AAA. They like, you know, Santos when he did his promo that one time, and then this, and then, you know, the Rey Mysterio one that one day was just like, Jesus Christ, somebody edit Rey, please. This is 20 minutes long. This is ridiculous. It's an hour-long show, guys. Anyway.
Rey's a legend. He can do whatever he wants.
Exactly. That's the problem. So I don't think anybody should be able to do what they want. Just because Tom Cruise is in the movie doesn't mean somebody shouldn't direct his fucking ass. So I want to go back to the birds. I liked this birds vignette, but as we were talking about, I wanted it to start off with like, hey, can we buy you birds a drink or something? And then they just start brawling. Like, give me one little nugget of like, they're badass, so don't push them. Well, we just start off with the camera shaking and they're already fighting people. And I get it. It's a cool vignette, but it needs like that Lucha Underground thing where you just give me one little piece of like Taya, the perfect woman, like Pentagon's a, you know, fuck dungeon ninja slave or whatever. Like, give me that arm breaker. Like, give me the thing.
You brought up Penta's fuck dungeon. Now we're going to have a 4-hour show.
Is that what happens? Is that how that happens?
We got to get into it.
Oh,
no,
God.
but
bring out the gimp.
Oh my God.
Bring out the gimp.
Who did they rent that whole kit from? Who got the kit rental on that?
Pato, have you seen Penta's fuck dungeon yet?
No.
Have you watched a lot of Lucha Underground?
Not. I don't know where to watch it. Like in my phone or.
I'll hook you up, bro. Sorry.
Well, it's on YouTube in the States now. They've started reposting the episodes. There's also a few links out there we can send you. But I don't know, like you being new to stuff, maybe you like if you
I know about Vampiro's like line, Vampiros and Penta.
His storyline.
Yeah, I know about Moon Cobra. I know about Ricochet. I don't remember the name of
Puma.
Prince Puma.
Prince Puma. But I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing like from the beginning to the start.
Like Prince Puma was like this Puerto Rican kid, but he was from East Los, so he hung with the Mexicans, and then like he was the champion of the people, but with Conan as a mouthpiece, who is also not Mexican, by the way. And
she was like,
and Ricochet was actually a black dude from a really white neighborhood that was really kind of white.
Yeah. No, you see old pictures of him with his flat.
He's like
hair.
literally like you think the Grande Americano thing is funny, where it's a German guy who's pretending to be an American that's pretending to be a Mexican who's wearing a mask. No, Ricochet was the whitest black dude from Paducah, Kentucky, pretending to be a Puerto Rican that was pretending to be a Mexican that lived on the east side of Los Angeles.
Pretending to be a luchador when he was an indie.
Right, when he was just the indie god and couldn't wrestle from the left side to save his life. He wrestled all right-handed flippy shit style. It was great.
I need to watch
Rebecca
that
got
now.
jokes. Puma walked so Grande could run. That's good. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No, I was talking about AEW. I was talking about the Birds promo. What'd you guys think? How'd you feel?
So to your point, it needs. I mean, it was just B-roll.
But the dungeon is real.
The dungeon is real. See, I told you 4 hours long. We can't not talk about the fuck dungeon. Here's the thing: Penta got hurt, and the only way to heal him and make him stronger is not physical therapy or surgery or rest or
It was
anything
torture.
like that. It's sex torture.
No, it was just torture. But here's what happens when you tell an LA prop department and a bunch of degenerate LA producers to do a torture scene. They go to the Hustler store and buy a bunch of props. They get whips and chains and fuck chairs and whatnot.
We need a lot of leather in this scene.
There's everybody's in leather, and at the same time, you've got an alternate storyline where Katrina's like 190 years old, but she's like the most fuckable thing on the planet, and she's like kissing on Phoenix and stuff, and Penta's in the fuck dungeon, and like you're just like, what happened? What is this show?
Oh wow!
And in the meantime, there's all this great wrestling. Like Daga's out there having the matches of his life.
Yeah, Daga. Whatever happened?
Oh, and
to
I
him?
watched Phoenix.
He's great.
Phoenix match too, where he lose the mask and everything. It was really great.
Oh, the one where he bled like 17 gallons.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that match was about. I just call it the buckets of blood match. Yep, all leather and Katrina. Good times. There's a reason why we went to those shows. What else did you guys like on this episode? I mean, that opening match was actually pretty good.
Yeah. No, but your Bird's saying they needed a story in it. Like that a vignette needs a beginning, middle, end. It needs a story that it's getting across. It needs a message. And we just saw B-roll of them beating guys up in a bar. We don't know why.
But
maybe those extras couldn't fucking deliver a line. I mean, maybe that's how they started it, and they're like, "Hey, can we buy you them birds a drink?" And
they have had to do that in the past with talent.
We just got to cut it.
I will say this though, I don't want to discourage AEW too much because I love the fact that they took a camera and some talent and then some extra talent. They blocked out a scene and they went somewhere that wasn't a cement wall in the underground of an arena. Like this is the maybe third time they've done that since I don't know, before the pandemic. Like Darby goes out and shoots some stuff on a camera every now and then, but that's about it, isn't it? Yes, they tried.
This goes back to our conversation the other week about like the storylines in AEW, not sort of being.
The Death Riders did a bunch of it too. Sorry,
what's that?
the Death Riders did a bunch of stuff off camera,
but where did they go? Where
training in dark alleys and stuff on rooftops.
Yeah, I guess it just didn't hit me the same way. I mean, it's like the last thing I remember is Adam Cole and MJF going and eating spicy food.
Yeah.
That was like the last time I remember them like going somewhere to like a set and doing a scene was like MJF and Adam Cole. And yes, the Death Riders do scenes too. I'll give you that. Like, and it works, but they're doing them for character more than story usually.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that's what Lucha Underground was too. There weren't always stories tied to those vignettes.
But Lucha Underground did the vignettes a lot more. I wish AEW would do more vignettes, honestly, but they sprinkle them in. They do them a lot more than, say, probably. Well, TNA kind of does a little of them too, don't they?
Lucha Underground was more than just vignettes, man. It was a movie that was all intertwined with it. Do you know what I mean? It was just
there were different things in Lucha Underground. They referred to some of those vignettes as packages, like when the Darewolf showed up, PJ Black. They gave him a package, which was a backstory character one. If it was just like Puma fighting in the gym or whatever, that was a package. But when they were storyline ones, when somebody else would walk in or would continue something that was going on, those were considered vignettes at Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
and then they also had interview segments, which they got.
You want the packages because you really like tonight when Homegirl from Stardom showed up, like somebody like me that doesn't have any idea who
Rena.
it is.
Yeah, but she was on Collision in Ring of Honor. But I mean, also they weren't doing anything with her, so they were just giving her the ring time.
But look at when Io and those girls showed up at Lucha Underground, we got stories with what was her character, Angela Fong's character, Black Lotus or whatever.
Black Lotus, yeah. But
we got an actual storyline, so they meant something to even the people who didn't know who they were. But they and I'd only seen like 1 or 2 Io Sky matches at that point in time, and Io Shirai, but like I mean, how many of us do you think knew who Io Shirai was before she showed up there, Byron? Maybe 20 people in the crowd
for Lucha Underground. Everyone,
yeah, really.
For someone like Pato,
well, she had wrestled in LA a bunch.
They were just wrestling in LA.
Understanding of who people are sometimes. Exactly what Mill was just saying. Tie all in for people to understand like who they are, where they come from, and what they're doing there. Like because you've got all these intertwining promotions at the moment where a lot of us. I'm speaking for like people that are new to it, even like they don't know these other promotions and they're not as big as the other promotions. So to interlock them all together and just roll a package on the wrestler when they come in.
And remind me too, like even if I know, it's also like. Well, get me excited about why they're here. Like, okay, I know what I've seen somewhere else, but like, how do they fit into this thing? How do they fit into our other thing that we're watching? And that was the cool thing about Lucha Underground. Even when they would just have a random guest, like I think it was Rich Swann or somebody came in, they still made it make a little bit of sense. Like, yeah, this is a top guy who wants to dip his toe into the underground waters and blah, blah, blah. And his style is going to represent this in this setting. And he can bring this and this to the table. Like they still were telling you. And I just don't even understand. I just don't even understand why AEW doesn't do that shit. I don't know.
This is not just an AEW problem.
You're correct.
Like we can't just.
You are very correct.
Because NXT just did this. For as little as I watch WWE, NXT just debuted somebody and they had no name picked out for, and everybody's like, "Who the fuck is this?" I mean. Like this is not an AEW centric problem. It's a wrestling problem in general of just having people that kind of coming out of nowhere.
You're comparing like a training promotion to like a major promotion.
Okay, we can go one step further. Royce Keys shows up at fucking the Royal Rumble. Who the fuck is Royce Keys? This is not an AEW problem.
AEW product.
That's the second biggest fucking pay-per-view. And so or PLE or whatever the hell they want to call it. This is not like we can go on and on. I watch enough WWE to know I can call out bullshit too. But like
too bad it's an AEW product.
Like yes, there is times where people show up and like we just I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
frustrating. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I've been hearing from you, I think like for a year now, talking about Lucha Underground, which is amazing. It's nothing bad. But, okay, Lucha Underground is not on TV anymore, but why no one has done this? Like, why WWE doesn't have this kind of show on a Thursday or any other day? Or why WWE doesn't have that so they can introduce new characters or maybe old characters that they are not.
See, I feel like
based or
but here's the thing, Pato. I think and this was even during the time of Lucha Underground, the black and gold version of NXT did that. They brought in Aleister Black, who was Tommy End on the Indies, and gave you the storyline. When Kevin Cross came in, they gave him the Killer Cross storyline that he had been doing in TNA on the Indies and other stuff. You know, the black and gold version, when Adam Cole came in, they explained who he was and gave him all the vignettes and all the shit. When Triple H was running NXT, they really were a brand that was doing that. They made, like, all these people that are on the main roster right now, almost all of them were developed at NXT. They were given real storylines. You got vignettes for their characters. They learned how to cut promos, but also they weren't the same as these kind of guys. They were people that came from the indies. Like Chelsea Green came from doing a bunch of indie work as the Hot Mess and Laurel Van Ness and doing all sorts of other gimmicks, you know, and she was even in Lucha Underground for a couple of matches.
Go watch her versus Penta, man. You have a whole new respect for her. You know what I mean? Like, just the shit she put herself through, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. And sometimes they would soft sell it and sometimes they would hard pedal it. Like Athena had this Ember Moon character that was like half werewolf or whatever, but they never said she was a fucking werewolf. But she would come out with contacts in her eyes and dress like a fucking werewolf. But it was just like the look and the character, and they would, you know, but they built it. And then they had her build up to the point where she got the belt and it made sense. You know, and Asuka just dominated there. Nobody knew who the fuck Asuka was if you weren't, you know, a Joshi fiend. Like, people didn't know, especially not in Florida at NXT. They're just like, oh, cool, bright and colorful Japanese wrestler. But they built the story.
Crowd were all smart. The NXT crowd were all smart.
Yeah, they were
showing up every week.
They got smarter, but NXT helped educate them. NXT doesn't do that now.
Do you remember when WWE tried the whole Lucha Underground thing with the whole filming of like, you know, movie sort of package? I think it was like a SummerSlam or something like that, and they tried it, and it was like the whole intro with Triple H in the car park with Cody at the start of it, and it was like, wow, they're going to go for, they're actually going to do this, and then it just died in the ass real quickly.
Everybody does it a little bit. Everybody does it a little bit, and then you sprinkle it through. I wish promotions did it more. I remember AEW used to do it a lot more. I mean, I remember the Sunny Kiss.
But that's a Joey Janela thing. But that specifically, Tony Khan hated that specific vignette.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, Joey Janela blasted the company for what, a couple more months after that?
But I mean, like, I for me, I guess, I mean, it's all a matter of taste. You know?
I loved it. Yeah,
I did too. I really, it resonated. It's one of those things of AEW that for two characters that have not been on AEW TV for freaking, you know, 5 years now, it still resonates with me, as I remember being like, oh, this is cool. They're kind of doing some of this Lucha Underground stuff that I liked, but at like a scaled up version in AEW, which is, you know, and like you said, it was kind of, that was more of a package. It was an introduction to the characters, and I was like, okay, these guys are kind of cool. I get why they're teaming up together. And you'll occasionally see it. They've been doing a little bit with the Birds, you know, they do it a little bit with the Death Riders, but yeah, I'd love to see. For me, the thing is that wrestling's a TV show, and I sometimes get bummed out that they don't treat it like a TV show. It's like, it could be so much more entertaining if you wrote it closer to like a TV show than you did as like a fake sport, you know, like, and so to me, it's when they do stuff like that, I go, oh, this is, I enjoy that a lot.
Look, the vignette still made me want to see the Birds more. It was just like, damn, you're so close. If you just add this one, if you just give me a modicum of character development or story besides the fact that they're badass. We already know they're badass. We like seeing them beat these dudes up, but just give me a little something.
You know what?
Somebody mouth off or something. Hit me, Tony.
I like the fact that I came in and you guys are barely on the birds segment.
Oh, no. We went backwards. We went through
like
the whole episode backwards.
I was like, oh, perfect timing there.
But I have a question for you. I have one and only one question for you about this AEW episode.
Yes.
Why on earth does a wrestler who has known lower back issues do a stunner instead of a cutter?
Because it looks cool.
It did look cool as shit, but every time I'm just like, Thunder, don't. What are you doing? Don't do it. I mean, people don't realize it's bumps like that, and then the big man doing the over-the-top rope flip down to the floor. Those are like two of the most dangerous bumps in the whole business, and people don't realize it because they're repetitive bumps that impact your spine or your knees. Just over and over again, doing this on parts of your body that aren't supposed to compress that way. So I saw her doing them. I was like, damn, those look great, but also, oh my God, stop doing those, please.
Actually,
she looked great tonight.
I gotta say something that's bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was the one who was starting telling her to do the stunner.
Oh my God. Cutter. She's worked with DDP too. She could totally take the cutter.
I said this probably like 4 years ago. So
self-high-five that bitch.
Yeah. No, yeah. She could definitely the cutter because of the connection with.
That's what I'm saying. She should totally call up Dallas and be like, bro, can I self-high-five?
But to be fair, if she was doing cutters and then Athena came in with the super cutter, it would be kind of repetitive. Because Athena came in right after that with the super
cutter. No, because hers is actually a stunner.
Hers is a stunner.
Off the top rope?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows how she's still doing it to this day.
And everyone hates taking it. Because sometimes it works great and sometimes it doesn't. But today,
who took it this time?
Thunder took it today. And she did it perfectly.
Yeah.
She took it perfectly. She was right underneath it. It was completely safe. It was picture perfect bump. And you know why? Because the camera was in a different place, and it works better for Athena that way. Because she tries to come from the back corner, and it doesn't work as well as when she's in the front corner.
There was some really good. Why is my accent crazy today? Crazier. I don't think Bear can understand what I'm saying right now.
He's so white.
My girlfriend's Puerto Rican. It's all English to me.
Different. That's a whole. How far? It's insane far.
You know, they're two different countries, Puerto Rico and wherever Tony's from.
Wherever Tony's from? Shit, you're pretty nice, Byron, by the way.
Correction. Not on the Tony part, but Puerto Rico is actually not a country.
None of that was.
It's a colony.
I don't know about the Tony part. You're right, but the Puerto Rico part you totally got wrong.
By the way, Byron is in thin ice because he is the kind of friend that doesn't pay attention.
What happened?
You keep saying that I moved and I haven't moved.
Did you move again? My mom's a nice lady.
What about his mother? What are we saying?
Take it easy. She's a wonderful person.
She's a wonderful human being.
I have a question for you, Tony, too, because everyone else kind of chimed in on this a little bit.
Go ahead.
The nut shot and the belt shot, I was really heated at the beginning of the show. I just want to get Tony's opinion, Byron. Unbiased opinion. I'm not trying to influence him. I was personally bothered by the nut shot and the belt shot resulting in a 1 count kick out, no sell, and a Hulk up from Kenny Omega. That turned me off and made me not like the match.
Really?
Now he's biased.
Kenny fucking Omega.
The guys didn't really agree with me on that one. What do you think?
I gotta say, and in general, before we get into, I really like this episode. I think this. If we're trying to like one up WWE, this is the kind of episode that you have to do.
How many Mayhem stars?
This was a WWE pay-per-view. This is a WWE.
No, it was better than that.
It was better.
I mean, like,
I still give it a C minus. It still gets a C minus, but it was better.
was better. This was better than
It's
the
not
WWE.
like a
Wow,
AEW PLE, but it's on scale with like a WWE pay-per-view. I mean, we had a match with
Bro,
Kyle
you're
Fletcher
selling,
that
bro.
we haven't even talked about yet.
You selling it, bro?
No, that did not. I mean, we had a show yesterday. If you speak Spanish, you can go and watch it.
Sí.
We were talking about kayfabe and about the ability to suspend belief. That did not break my suspend belief. It didn't.
It broke mine immediately. It broke mine
I
immediately.
expected this because it also in my mind, I was like, why will they be doing this match on like, a WCW type of
which I loved, by the way.
Setting. By the way, and so again, to Byron, I just moved today, and we were kind of like trying, Jesus Christ, and we were trying to just like relax after like all the boxes and all that stuff, and we watched the full episode. I think I fell asleep during Moxley's match, but I came back around.
Wait a minute. First of all, that was not Moxley's match. That was the Workhorseman's match. Let's give my man Ant and JD some credit.
I really like JD. I just couldn't stay.
They are the most underrated tag team of history, and they will always be jobbers. But who cares? I'm here to tell you, if you see the Workhorseman's name pop up on your local indie show, go see it. It is worth whatever $20, $40 that ticket is costing you. Go see them on an indie show.
This did not break my suspend belief. I like it. It's a nice detour for him. So I don't know if MJF is going to be 5-time champion by the time that he gets to all in. However, I liked it. I thought it was fine. It did not destroy my love for the episode. I expected something like this to happen. I mean, if you get punched in the nuts, but like, and then the bell, but
I think the table spot.
I mean, it lessens the quality of.
I missed a table spot because I went to get soda and it was so quick.
You messed up. That was a good spot.
And then I didn't go back, but
through the reinforced cardboard table. Cardboard table.
Paper mache.
The paper mache super strong. It was not a Japanese announce table.
I
don't know how it was holding onto their iPads.
Right? It's like they're holding everything tonight. They're holding their comms, they're holding their iPads. Like nobody said anything down. We've got this balsa wood table over here for MJF today.
Balsa wood.
I'll tell you what though, if I'm talent, I'm in the back like, yo, that's a little too flimsy, bro. That's just a straight floor bump. Like
you went through like nothing.
It was just like whoop. It was like you crashed through a paper wall, man. That was not the way to go.
Yes, I really like the full episode. I like this idea of MJF getting the belt back every now and then because of course you gotta put it back on him.
Do you? Or do you go three-way dance?
Or do you just go Ospreay and Kenny, because Ospreay Kenny's been kind of rumored for Wembley for a while, and
MJF has been nursing that leg. That's legit.
I think they might have Kenny held on to it till Wembley. If there's a three-way match, I could see the three-way match being the women's title match.
I think MJF versus Ospreay right now is a bigger match, but if there's a reason why you don't trust MJF to be in that match right now, then Kenny is a great backup. My problem with Kenny is he's never personally been that great at talking people into the seats, not in English.
But this has been like one of those stories that they've been sort of building at for a while now. And I think you need Kenny to have one more good match before he drops it. So I think he'll have one match at the pay-per-view and he'll win that one. But I would not be surprised if it is Omega versus Ospreay at Wembley. And I think they've been building to it for a while. And I don't know, like you said, MJF's injured, but I don't even know if it was ever really planned for MJF to be there. But
I'm gonna let y'all answer this question.
I keep fighting. I mean, like whatever.
I would kick out straight away. Yep.
I mean, I've been hitting the balls on a soccer game, and I just kept going for the ball. I died later, but not at that moment.
Bro, I got kicked on the cup in kickboxing right up the fucking goalpost, and I just took a knee and just you get that cough, you get that queasy stomach thing, like, and it was on the cup, but like it still got me, rattled the I mean, maybe the size of the package determines how upset you are about tonight's show.
I think so.
Let's just go with that. That's my new theory.
Kenny's got balls of steel, man. It actually hurt MJF's foot.
You guys still disagree with me?
That's why Kenny.
Am I winning you guys over here yet?
That's why
That's
Kenny.
why his knee is so injured because he kicked his nuts and his nuts were made of steel and now his foot's hurt. His knee's hurt.
That's why
Think
Kenny
about it.
is a better pro wrestler than Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is notorious for going down on every nut shot, like he's been shot with a real bullet.
I would believe more that Kenny has no man parts and a steel plate in his head would be a better explanation for what happened tonight. He's a Ken doll with a plate in his head.
You know what they should have done? They should have pulled out like the road sign, like when in WCW when Goldberg speared him.
Yeah.
When he went for the nut shot, he should have pulled out like a little
ding
stop sign or something.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it.
That was really when what's his name? He has a plate underneath his
Bret Hart.
That was awesome.
But
do you
okay,
think Kenny
before we
is
get
going
there,
to actually? Oh, go ahead.
the only problem that I see with Kenny winning the title is that we have completely lost the possibility of Andrade going for the belt now.
He's going for international or whatever that.
Yeah,
whatever the lesser. Of
He's got to run the Callus Gauntlet now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're doing other stuff with the title, so they're giving him like main event adjacent programs.
He's got to be ready for some fuck ass pay-per-view in Tacoma, Washington in 7 months that nobody cares about.
Andrade's pretty hot right now. You know, he's really pushing that gimmick right now, and he's on fire. Like
Wrestle Dynasty. Andrade gets a national title shot on
Tony.
Wrestle
They
Wet
are
Dream or whatever.
Potatoing this title like crazy this year.
Everything's
There is a shot Andrade could get it. Like, I mean, look at how many people have held this championship.
They just like move him to like the national title. I mean, seriously, I think I won it 2 weeks ago and then lost it. I don't remember.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do because I want to talk about hot potatoing versus hot shotting, especially in light of what happened in the WWE this week. But before we do that, we got to do a little thing.
That's what Kenny used.
Can we do no music on this?
What? It's never going to be as good as last week. Music or no music, Byron. See, Byron was going to cut a commercial. I'll do it. I'll do it no music. I'll do it no music. Here you go.
I haven't done yet, but
Also,
we'll do.
Can I mention something really quick before we do this because it ruins our opus. If we take too long, that becomes the main thing that the opus focuses on. So do it now.
What?
And then he spends 1,000 credits on that shit. So let's do it.
That's so stupid. Oh, F you, Opus. Wait, which one do I need? I need this one, right?
Yeah.
This isn't going to be as good as last week, Byron. I still say you cut. Did you try to cut the other one?
I haven't got to it yet.
You should still do the other one. I'll give you no music, though, even though I like my sexy Ohm face music. You guys just have to pretend that you're doing.
Everyone download the song and play it on your phones while you watch this.
Face.
Wait, why are we doing it without the song?
You ready? I got something hot for you guys. You like that version, Byron? Byron's going to direct me through this whole thing.
Doing this awful on purpose.
Oh God, this is going to take forever.
It's not going to take forever. It's not going to take forever because using your own face products is as easy as 1, 2, 3. That's right. They've got numbers on the bottle, so you know how to do this. And if that's hard for you, then you maybe shouldn't be watching our show. But we're going to make this easy for you. This is how I got started on the Om Face products. It was these simple products, 1, 2, and 3. You got your face wash, you got your toner, and you got your moisturizer. That's it.
Wait,
They're
you don't
numbered.
count down?
You can count. You just don't count backwards. No, you count
You
up.
start at 1.
You start at 1.
Oh.
Start at 1 and go to 3.
Chris.
See, that's
I
what I'm
thought
saying.
it was
This is
three
why we got to
people.
tell people about the Om Face, okay? You want to go from 1 to 3, and this is the way to do it right here. And literally, these are my 3 favorite products. I use them almost every day. I didn't do my stuff today like I probably should have. But this is your number 1. You see that number 1 right there? That's your daily face wash right there. And you know what you do with that? You wash your face daily because that's what's going to clear everything out, open up those pores and exfoliate your skin. You want that. And then the toner, that's the number 2. It's a spritz. It's a can't get any easier than that. Wash your face with 1, spritz your face with the next one. That's going to open up everything. That's going to get you prepared. That's going to get your skin healed up right where it needs to be. And then you're going to blast it with the number 3. That's the Om Face moisturizer right there. It's the face moisturizer. And that is what gives you that sheen, that long-lasting thing. It's not shiny, it's not slimy, it's not greasy. It just makes your skin glow. And if you're a dude, you may not think you need glowing skin. But then when I walk through the supermarket and I get the looks every now and then. I get the like, and they're younger than me a lot of times, and they're older than me sometimes too, which is frightening. But got to do what you got to do. But guys, if you want to have that look, if you want to look like you are healthy and your skin is healthy and prepared, then actually make it healthy and prepared. Get your Om Face and use our code. Go to www.omface.com and use our code MMM20 and you get 20% off of these wonderful products. Let me read you the good stuff. This is the Daily Trio 3-step skincare set. Okay, Daily Trio 3-step skincare set. That's a mouthful. And it's available at omface.com right now. You can get ready to seize the day with 3-step daily routine kit that's simple, easy to use, and gently formulated for healthy skin and a better shave. So if you prep yourself the right way, your skin's going to shave easier every day. You're going to love it. This set includes the daily face wash, the herbal spray toner, and the face moisturizer. They're numbered for your hassle-free routine, 1 through 3. It's ideal for daily use, preserves your skin's natural moisture. It's got no drying alcohol. It's ethanol-free, which, think about it, guys. They put alcohol in your lotion. What does that do? It dries out your skin and makes you have to use more lotion. It doesn't do anything for you. It's not good. It's not good for your skin. It's just dumb. Om Face doesn't do that for you guys. This is also Leaping Bunny certified. Do you know what that means? That means they're not killing the cute bunny rabbits trying to make the product. That means they're not harming the animals. That means PETA is their friend. And if you like the furry, cuddly animals out there like Bear does, then you want the Om Face products, not that crap on the shelf, in the drugstore. All right. You've got a great solution right here for excess oil, dead skin, free radicals, clogged and enlarged pores, dehydration, oily skin, sun damage, weak skin barriers, rough skin, moisture loss, shaving irritations, and dull, uneven skin. These are the products that'll fix it. So what does it do? This 3-step daily skincare kit deeply cleanses pores to remove excess oil, sweat, and impurities, replenishes moisture loss, soothes those razor burn and bumps and other minor irritations from shaving. It provides long-lasting hydration with a shine-free finish that quickly absorbs into your skin. And so how does it work? You got a potent blend of collagen, shea butter, Centella asiatica. I'm going to say it again. I've been working on this all week. It's such a hard word. Centella asiatica. Centella asiatica. Centella asiatica.
Breathe. You got this.
The potent blend of collagen, shea butter, Centella asiatica, and witch hazel extracts nourishes the skin with fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidants to ensure long-lasting hydration without clogging those pores. The hyaluronic acid takes it up a notch by delivering superb hydration and reducing those signs of aging. Hello, no signs of aging. Just saying. Make it a complete regimen every day. add in that SPF 30 sun defense. You can also get that on the website. You can also get the Byron loves those. Right,
those
there.
are great.
That's the
eye
24-hour golden eye mask. Right. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
I do
Good
those
stuff.
once a week. It's like a treat to myself.
So it's simple. You go to www.owntbase.com. You put in that code MMM20. That's HOMMEFACE. Why I can't spell today. Try it again.
No, you got it right one of the times.
Go to www.HOMMEFACE.com. Enter our code MMM20, and you're going to get 20% off on the Daily Trio 3-step skincare set because it's easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go back to talking about wrestling.
Yeah, the last week was better.
I tried to tell you it's never going to be bad. The first, I'm breaking open the box. I'm all excited. I didn't even know what was in there, and then I came up with the 1, 2, 3 thing. Come on, it was gold.
But I might be able to use some of the sound bites from this one to throw into the other one.
You can overdub sound bites. All right. So, hot shotting versus hot pepper. Hot potato, hot pepper, hot stepper. 𝔸𝕃 murder. I'm the lyrical gangster. Murder.
Wait, you can do that?
No.
You look like that.
Can you do that? Can you do that accent?
Are we off the air now? Did we get canceled immediately?
Bad look.
I don't do West Indies. I don't mess with them. They don't like that.
Hey guys, let's do all the accents we can think of.
Yeah.
I can do Mexican. I can do Mexican norteño accent.
Crikey.
Australian.
Now that's a knife.
We got the shrimp on the barbie.
We're making here Spanish jokes on the shot, and these guys don't know what we're talking about.
So
drop at death squad.
I've got issues.
Okay.
I like the belts moving around in AEW. I'm with Bear on this one. I don't have any issue with a little hot potato action. I like the quick little Darby run. It hasn't made the AEW title feel less important yet. And in fact, it's helped because what it's done is it's made it look like AEW has a lot of top guys.
Genders, yeah.
It's still a little tricky because there's a lot of belts, but and some of those secondary stories, it's almost like, damn, I want you guys to tone it down. I want to forget about these other belts a little bit for a second while we.
To be fair, all those other belts are now wrapped up into one storyline because they're literally all in the Don Callis family.
Right. And so
That's
now
worse.
Andrade, and I think it helps. I don't. Let them sit there, and you can elevate other guys by having other guys have to come in and try to battle the entire Don Callis family to wrestle one of those belts away from those guys. But this is how
sidetracking Andrade is. Anyways, yeah, continue.
But it's not hot shotting, is what I'm saying. Like it's not. There's still a little bit. It feels like there's a plan here. It doesn't feel like we're just doing it to get a quick reaction. Even the Darby thing being the week right before WrestleMania felt like it had a point. Even if it was just MJF kind of broing him out and saying, "Look, Tony, let's do this thing. Let's let the kid do blah 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 blah." It felt well done, well prepared. It felt logical. You got the point of the whole run, which was this kid is going to kill himself for this belt every time you see him. And you might see him 2 or 3 times a week killing himself for this belt.
He was already doing that.
But I'm just saying, but it raised the level of expectations for the belt. It did the company good. It was a good look.
And how quickly he was doing it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and MJF is an interesting character because he's another one that raises the title because he's probably the biggest mainstream name. But he clearly, like every time he loses, he goes crazy about it. But he's also believable enough that he can pretty much because he cheats to win a lot of times, even though he goes for the distance. But that means that, and in the same way that kind of Darby is believable that at any point he can lose it because every week he's going ham. MJF is kind of the same thing. Every week it's sort of believable that MJF could lose it because he's kind of cheating to win most of these.
Right. And you don't ever think that MJF is the toughest guy in AEW.
No.
And you're not supposed to.
That's why you can hot potato this and then also keep it like believable and keep it with building a lot of contenders up, because the believability to, like, when people go, oh, AEW doesn't tell stories, it's like they do a little bit, and they do character work in there, and some of the character work is subtle, but it makes some of these things more believable when they happen. Like Kenny Omega on a random dynamite. Well, I mean, this is not necessarily random dynamite, but
I mean,
you know,
still that's a dynamite.
Yeah,
it's beach break.
Yeah. You know,
my DVR didn't record it because it was listed as beach break and not dynamite.
And here's to add to your story, MJF tried to cheat his way through it, and this time it didn't work. You know, he kicked him in the balls and pinned him with the title, and Kenny Omega said, "That doesn't work for me, brother."
Well, Kenny Omega said, "I'm still an EVP. That's my belt. Give it back to me."
Yeah.
But MJF does raise the caliber of the belt because he can talk asses into seats, and the way he talks about the belt and the championship and what it means elevates it. And then Kenny Omega, by what he did in Japan and who he is, and the fact that we know that he basically started this whole company in a certain way, that like it's his belt. He elevates the belt anytime he's near it also. Like this hot potatoing works. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and it's coming off like the title reign of terror with Moxley too, where it was like the really long one where it was sitting in a fucking briefcase.
Right.
And so this is like the complete opposite direction of what
it is. It's like, okay, now we hid the belt. Now let's show it off in as many ways as possible, with a guy like MJF who changes the look of it, with a guy like Darby who will just knock down, drag out, fight for it every single week. A guy like Kenny who's got the lineage and the history for the company. You know, this is good stuff. And we know that Will Ospreay is challenging for it at All In, and there's the future of the belt and his lineage. So it's all good.
I think someone from AEW Creative watched our show and watched us discuss and complain about how
that doesn't happen. That never happened.
They watched our show and they saw us discuss that a solid baby, like the whole Hangman thing where he had the chase, and that became very interesting. And then he became champ. That was cool for a week.
Could you get through 3 hours of this show just to write something better for your job?
So they saw us dissect the problem with being the world champion, having them be a babyface, because the money's in the chase. We said that over and over again. How do you navigate that and having a feel-good champ? You know, and what AEW is doing is they are having their cake and eating it too with the world title, because by all accounts, even though someone else might have the belt, the main event, the top of the company, the world title scene is owned by MJF. He brings these guys in, we get the feel good with them, and then MJF gets his belt back and does another thing with someone else. They figured it out.
The thing is, remember WWE's catchphrase back in the day? It was like, anything can happen in WWE or something. Wasn't that
bark like a dog?
Yeah, I thought it was poop on my chest and we'll pay you in a settlement.
I mean, say what you will about
where's the line for that?
But I think what I like about AEW is that they're truly like, there's things that happen that are like from like a story they have things that happen that are like telegraphed a mile away, like the Willow having her promos, or I guess those would be not the vignettes because those are story building or whatever. Her having that, that made sense when it came to this thing tonight. The gauntlet is like, well, clearly Willow's probably coming in and winning this tonight. Like when it happened, is like, yeah, there's Willow, definitely winning it tonight. But at the same time, they do stuff like give Kenny Omega the belt on a Dynamite, you know. And so there is elements of like anything can happen in AEW. I mean, we still haven't talked about the other belt that switched hands tonight, you know, and like. That's where we do get lost into some of the belts, but I'll say this. The only belt in AEW that really confuses the hell out of me is the Jon Moxley belt. I don't quite understand that. It's like you get in a tournament and you win it, and then you get a belt, but then it's like you can also lose the belt when it's not a tournament. But almost anybody that's ever had that belt holds on to it for the whole year until it's the tournament again. And
I think the thing with that is that they want to keep the champion of that belt, the winner of that tournament. They want to keep all their matches presented in a unique fashion with those rules. But to do that, you need to put something up for it, or else, like, who gives a shit? You know,
it's the Tony Khan version of the pure championship, and he hasn't quite dialed it in my opinion. But
that's the belt that confuses the hell out of me. I'm like, in terms of like belt hierarchy, that belt clearly seems like it's in the same belt category as the one that I can't even keep track of all the names. But the one that
Continental and International.
Continental.
So the Continental,
same thing in effect, isn't it? It's
the International, I don't understand anymore, because to me that was Tony's version of the IWGP, where he would hire an IWGP champion, but he couldn't put him in his own world title program, so he would just give him another belt to fuck off with.
Yeah, I don't know. That one feels like a little less than TNT. Like, it kind of feels like it's the feeder champion.
You guys are not selling me on AEW right now. Just so
no,
you know. I was getting excited about AEW, and then I was like, yeah, what's up with all these dumb fuck ass belts?
I've watched AEW for like 6 years, and this is a conversation that should be had. Like the belt thing is confusing because I don't quite understand the hierarchy of some of the belts.
You got two US titles, literally, with the Continental and International. It's like you got two US titles there. That same thing in effect.
Yeah,
really.
Except the TNT title was the one that was supposed to be that.
Yeah, and the TNT title for a long time felt like the secondary belt, and it was the workhouse belt. But then now it's like I don't even know where the TNT. Like I don't know in terms of like. It's tough for me to feel like where's the hierarchy in belts.
Well, I have to say this: the national title definitely feels like the lowest belt. That's like your 24/7 title or something.
Yeah, Don Callis made it very clear because he said to
you got to go up the ladder, and so maybe Don Callis will define it for you, because while all of the belts that are not the main belt are in the Callis family, I guess whatever order Andrade has to fight these guys in will tell you the order of the belts.
But is he going to get the belt? I mean, I never understand that part.
The Continental is clearly the 1B championship. The guys that they've put it on, Okada, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, these are guys that are all main event adjacent people or guys that are going to be world champions at some point, you know. And then you have your TNT belt, which seems to be like your kind of up and comers that will be there at some point, like what Kyle Fletcher was like a year ago.
Well, I think it was more the workhorse. That was more like you do your work rate match on TV every week. TNT.
Well, it's building it. The TNT belt is where you build up your world champions. Like you build up your Kevin Knights right now by putting the TNT. You built up your Kyle Fletcher by putting the TNT belt. This is the workhouse belt that helps build you up into being into that next level. And then the 1B belt is kind of when you're hanging out around, you know, the Continental adjacent belt or like main event adjacent belt in the Continental, because there's just too many people that are up there. But obviously the world title's the heaviest. Once again, it comes always back down to the Mox belt, where I'm like, I'm not quite sure where the hell this is in there, because clearly Mox is holding on to it, who is the former world championship holder. And so like, it's clearly also,
and Okada had it for what, like year and a half?
So like, it's almost in the same exact position as like, if there is a 1A, if there's like a 1 and then a 2A and 2B, those two feel very this, but whoever has that belt also seems to never lose it until the tournament happens again. And so that also becomes kind of this thing of like, well, what's the point of this fucking belt if you're just going to have the winner of the tournament hold on to it for the whole year?
I don't like rules that have precedents that don't really
and actually
add up.
That is the belt that feels like the work rate belt, because Mox defends that belt quite a bit, or he was at one point.
But Okada didn't, so
yeah. But Okada didn't.
Okada walks to the ring with that belt a lot.
I think we're trying to like find continuity in a kind of Doctor Who MASH storyline. Like just
like the premise. They're going to show up, and it's a different planet every week, and just go with it. On this planet, there's no gravity. Next week, it's floating robots with lasers. It's like
I'm gonna retcon the shit. I'm gonna and whoever runs the show next.
Yeah, next week it's a Back to the Future episode where we traveled through time and we're in the past. It's Sherlock
Holmes. We met ourselves.
I feel like we have one too many belts, and by that I mean we have a couple. But I at this point I'm at the very point of being like, please, TK, do not just pull out another belt out of your fucking ass somewhere. And now we have
belt. That's still the national title to me. The national title gets no respect from me. The national title might as well be a weightlifting belt. Like that would
too. It looks tiny. It looks ridiculous.
You know what I like about the national title? That it was defended in Mexico.
Where and it's not part of the nation.
Well, they didn't say whose nation it was for. Maybe it's for your nation.
I'm pretty sure it's shaped in the form of the United States.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Well, New Japan had this issue when they moved some belts around. They made 2 belts into a double belt championship and turned it into 1 belt. And they got rid of the Intercontinental, which had a ton of history because Intercontinental got copyrighted, which is why AEW can't do it. But even Minoru Suzuki was talking about how these belts, as well as like it's important for a wrestler themselves to have a specific purpose, a thing that's unique in their presentation. A belt is supposed to have, like the cruiserweight belt is for wrestlers in WCW who are like 200 pounds or less, or 220 or less, or something.
Right, or the Atlantic title that's defended by countries in the Pacific.
So and so New Japan this year they just bit the bullet and they gave their belts their top belts specific meanings and purposes. They already had their TV belt, which by the way is like their YouTube championship belt,
Yeah.
But that aside, it's
the
a
digital media
match.
title, as TNA likes to call it.
Digital media title.
But
fucked up.
It's those matches are 10-minute matches.
Right.
So you're going to get a specific type of match.
So it's like
the speed title.
No, it's more like what those that they do at CMLL. What are they called? Flash matches or something like that? I forget what they're called, but they do like really quick matches. That's
but you get that, and you also know it's going to be higher up on the card, or earlier in the show because it's going to be a shorter match. And then they clearly define the global, which is I think their version of the Intercontinental. Their white belt, their second, their 1B belt, and their own world belt. The world belt, you didn't see it on Forbidden Door because they said, or Tsuji said, it's only going to be in Japan, defended on New Japan shows with New Japan wrestlers. The global belt will be our world-ish belt, where our top guy will go on other shows. We can show off the New Japan style of wrestling, but we're not going to do that with our own. Like the whole Moxley run as IWGP
and that's what the international belt in AEW was supposed to originally be.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But the AEW gets a clear and cool use for a belt for like a month or two, and then it goes away, and it doesn't stick to that belt, because
and then it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but like the TNT belt being the one where like the champion's going to fight every week and have a cool 20-minute match, that makes sense. It's their TV belt. And they did that for a while. Then it was the international.
Yeah.
It was the Atlantic champion when it first.
The Atlantic turned into the international belt.
So but when I think it was Orange Cassidy as the Atlantic belt. Yeah. And then it was also the US belt when MJF had it for a minute.
The international belt should be the belt that you can. The other thing is that international belt should be a belt that you can put on the other promotions that you're working with. That should be a thing as well. Like, I don't know why they didn't utilize it more.
That's what it was at first.
No, I know.
It was the All Atlantic Championship first.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
instead of Repro, wasn't it? Like, wasn't it when it started? Like, it was
Pac had it and he wrestled over there. But then it became Orange Cassidy's going to defend it every week until he lost it.
Then it was the workhorse title for a minute.
But that was the TNT one. They're not consistent.
Should be like showcasing your partner's talent. That should be like bring up a luchador from CMLL and give him that belt for a little bit and showcase him on your TV so that like the cross promotion makes sense. Like they should have done
that was the point of that belt. That's what literally Tony Khan said.
But they've never put it on anybody but in AEW. And once again, we just had a Forbidden Door pay-per-view where that would have made far too much sense to have a story built around that
Those
title.
agreements aren't like that anymore. It's like as much as these guys are working together, they don't trust each other. CMLL and AEW and New Japan, like, first of all, New Japan absolutely shouldn't trust AEW at this point in time because AEW has 100% gutted their entire company. And New Japan didn't even fight it because New Japan's like, we can't pay those guys that. We're not going to pay them that. If they want to wrestle in a cool place, they can stay. If they want that money, bye. We don't have that.
We've already established that this title belt is the lowest tier title belt. But if you made it unique and actually put it on like a New Japan wrestler or something like that and showcased it in America, it would make a lot of sense for your partnership.
The Orange Cassidy run was great. It also
check this out. What you were saying about co-branding, letting someone else have your belt. Takeshita is IWGP TV champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gabe Kidd is the IWGP Global Champion.
Right.
Like almost all of the singles, half the single belts,
right,
were in AEW.
But that's also what they're doing because it makes them look better. There's no reason for AEW to do it the other direction. There just isn't right now.
If you give it on your lowest freaking tier belt, it doesn't matter. But it gives that belt a little bit. It actually would matter to me. It makes that belt feel more. This is like the trios thing with me again, because now we have this bottom tier belt that's like basically the FTW belt all over again. But like, it's frustrating because I hate when they just do redundancy stuff and it's like it's not unique. Make it cool in some way different, you know. It gets back into like the Raw versus SmackDown thing. It's like, all right, it's red and blue, you know. Now you're getting into the title belt thing. It's like this title belt, this title belt, this title belt. Okay, so it's an international one, but nobody's ever won it from a different company. So like it's not really international, but it's just AEW Tours belt. But then they don't even really do the tour belt. And then they have an opportunity with the Forbidden Door. And then that belt feels like the perfect belt to have like what Tekla had with Stardom to build around if you're going to do a Forbidden Door. And they didn't. And it's just frustrating to me because there's something cool that they could do with that belt, but instead it's just, you know, the bottom tier belt that you give to Andrade because he wants a belt.
Yes. All right. I'm going to move on. I want to talk about the other side of this. I want to talk about the hot shotting. I got to talk about WWE. Yeah. So on Monday, I did Raw Dog and Solo, and I had a lot of shit to say about Sami Zayn as a champion. I've had a lot to say about Sami Zayn as a champion. Judging, you know, if you saw the clip that we had up on our Instagram, which apparently like 10,000 people saw it, so
it went a little viral.
Yeah.
Also, you know, they don't really have to go through the 3 hours of the show. Sometimes they can just watch the reels.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's a clear, concise statement, but WWE literally added insult to injury and disrespected Sami Zayn some more by hot-shotting the belt onto CM Punk. And I would say that is absolutely the definition of hot-shotting because literally he came out of nowhere, even though it wasn't really a surprise if you were watching the show. I mean, we're in Chicago. Cody Rhodes gets hurt right at the beginning of the show. Of course, CM Punk's going to be the replacement. But, you know, when they announced this match, people were like, how does it make sense to have two SmackDown guys fighting for the title that's represented on SmackDown on Raw in Chicago? And WWE didn't even really try to explain it. And the answer is because TKO and Triple H decided that at SummerSlam it was going to be CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. They decided this 4 weeks ago. And I would not be surprised to find out it was Cody Rhodes' idea to make that happen by dropping it through Sami. I just don't like. I said in the clip, it doesn't make sense to put the title on Sami at all when his character is in a storyline right now that has been useful. I'm not even disputing that the storyline has been useful for some of the devices that they want, but it's made him not an unlikable character, but also not a likable character. It's made the audience just question, what are we doing with Sami Zayn right now? And it's pretty weird. Like when Jinder Mahal got the title, there was no like, what are they doing with Jinder Mahal? It was like, oh shit, no, they're grooming Jinder Mahal to be the fucking champion. And then he was the champion. There was no like, we're grooming Sami Zayn to be this heel or have this turn moment where he can take the belt. No, that didn't happen. No, it was just stupid. And then CM Punk, who hasn't been around for 3 months, has no momentum, comes in Chicago, so he gets the big pop and just takes the belt off of Sami Zayn. Good match, by the way. Very good match. Very enjoyable. No problem with the match. And I don't even really have a problem with the finish because, like, who wants to see fucking Sami Zayn on a, meh tweener run? Nobody wanted to see that. It was like, we all knew he was dropping the belt immediately.
I'm more interested in Sami now than I was when he had the belt.
Right.
I'll say that. That being said, this is one of those moments within WWE as like an outside viewer looking in where they have potential to do something cool. And I don't know if that's where they're going with it because.
But what would the cool thing be to you?
For me, it would be Punk going full heel. Like the hypocrite part-timer, like coming in, getting the belt, everything that he said that he hated, coming in swole as fuck, Mr. Straight Edge, clearly probably on something not so straight edge right now.
He's been that character in WWE before. When he did the pipe bomb, he was that character.
Yeah, and I think if they really let Punk go full heel with like no restraints, it would be really interesting. And this is coming from somebody that wants to hate Punk as already. But like I wish they would lean into it.
But here's the problem that you have, which is, yes, I see exactly what you're saying, and I kind of go that way too. But that's also because you are more of an AEW guy. Because in WWE right now, the sentiment is almost the exact opposite of that. Punk is the fresh, new, exciting thing to the WWE audience, and Cody is the guy that they want to see actually go full heel. So here's my biggest issue in WWE right now. We've got we're going into Oba versus Brock, but in Minnesota. This is stupid. Brock's retirement match in Minnesota, he's going to kind of be a babyface. He's still playing the heel, which is fine. Brock's going to go out as a heel. But I don't like going into this match like I've almost would have just liked to see Brock go out as a babyface. Like, can we not find a way to just let the guy have a big pop babyface last match? But no, he's going to go up against Oba and he's going to still be the heel. Then we've got Roman versus Seth. Okay, Roman right now isn't a heel because he's working with his cousins. He's not the big mean boss that he used to be. He's still a little bit heelish, but he's not totally heel. And Seth has just finished off the Vision, and Seth is back to being a babyface now, at least storyline wise. So that's a babyface versus babyface match. Then you've got CM Punk, who clearly just won as a babyface in Chicago and is now your babyface WWE champion, going into a match against your other big babyface champion, Cody Rhodes. The fuck are we doing?
They seem to like. There's this. They seem to, because of worrying about optics, refuse to do the thing that's best for like business, for TV business, wrestling business. Maybe not for like whatever business, because the best thing for business would be for Cody or probably Cody to go heel, but that's not going to happen. We've talked about this. You brought it up. Then if Cody's heel, he can't go out and do the Make-A-Wish Cena bullshit. And so now you're stuck in
and there's a lot of money
in
that and respectability for the company and advertisers and everything.
But we're talking, there's the business and then there's the business, right? There's the shit that's outside the whole thing, and then there's the TV show that we're watching every week. And if you're so concerned about the outside optics, then you're going to compromise your television show. And that's what you see.
They 100% have, Bear. And that's just where we're at now.
To do that. And that's one of, I mean, I have several knocks on WWE, but that's part of the problem that I can't watch it, is because it was the same problem I had with Cody when he was in AEW.
You can't watch it because it's become unwatchable.
Yes. Well, it's because they're making choices that are compromising the show for the sake of big money outside corporate interest.
Yeah, like 3, 4, 5 matches on their second biggest event of the year that are babyface versus babyface.
Yeah,
it's one thing to have one of those on the card. You got away with one at WrestleMania, but you can't have every match on the card be that. It just doesn't fucking work.
And
what are we doing?
I also think they've sort of leaned back into this weird like TV PG thing where they're afraid to have their heels be like real bullies. You know, like back in the Attitude Era, you could get on a mic and like talk your shit. And now it's like, it feels like everything's got to be kind of pulled punches, and we can't really have these guys be really bad or evil or anything like this. So you get a bunch of like kind of lukewarm stuff. I mean, like Roman was probably the closest thing to it. Gunther had a decent little run as like a heel, but it seems kind of like as TKO specifically has taken over, they seem to kind of not want to go full bore with who heels and whatnot, and you need it. And if you don't have it, it's just kind of blah, you know?
I mean, and just hot shotting the belt, but I get it. We're going to, you know, Cody is better in the chase right now, but chasing CM Punk for the belt, I don't know what we're going to get out of that. I know that they're going to do the promos and they're going to do the thing and the crowds are going to pop and CM Punk's going to, you know, like, I hope we get some good mic stuff out of it at least, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but like, I look at CMLL and I have issues with CMLL not having a ton of story and stuff either, but like, you watch a CMLL match and it's like, there's Rudos, there's Technicos, there's good, there's evil. I know what's going on here. It's these guys trying to beat these guys because these guys are the big baddies, and it doesn't require a lot of explanation. Same in AAA, and then when I get to it, same in NXT, even same at TNA, same at NWA. I know who the faces are and I know who the heels are. You know, Tiffany Nieves is a popular champion, but she is a heel. She hasn't done anything nice for anyone in ever. Everything is selfishly motivated. You understand that. She's a pleasure to watch. She's a joy to watch, but you're never going to fully cheer for her because you know she's going to do the slimy thing to somebody. And you're going to be entertained by seeing it, but you're not cheering for her. WWE has completely lost sight of that. AEW has kind of lost sight of that. They do still have some heels, but we have a lot of like heel versus heel. We got a lot of face versus face, a lot of good guys doing bad things. Like, and I get it. AEW wants to be a realistic portrayal of these people and not focus so much on, you know, this side and this side. It's more like, I'm in a faction over here. You're in a faction over here. Mercedes Moné can hit Tekla in the fucking face because they have two different factions. Whatever.
I'd just be interested.
Go ahead, Coma.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'd be interested to hear Pato's his experience with it all, because like him being new to it, it's probably more of an open sort of dialogue there. So, what are your thoughts on the current situation, Pato?
I mean, I kind of know what the heels are on WWE. With this Punk situation, I think that they know what they're doing on making Punk the heel here, because immediately they start calling him hypocrite and whatever. So they knew what they're gonna do with him, because as you said, Justin and all of you guys, they are not able to do that with Cody. Even though I think that is the best option, and I would love to see that, or see something about what he did on Bullet Club or whatever. they know what they're doing. Maybe they're not doing it the right way, but I like it because that's the first time that I'm seeing it. I know that you guys have watching this for a lot of time, but one of my friends that is also a content creator for wrestling said that they're not focusing on. Sorry for telling you these guys, but they're not focusing on you. They're not focusing on entertaining an old timer that have been watching wrestling for the last 20 and 30 years. So I think that they're focusing on, I don't know, maybe the kids, the teenagers, the whatever. That's why the heels are not able to be as heel as we used to see them on AW or see them on New Japan. But also, I think that they can do a pretty balanced thing. Like, you can give me a full on bully, or you can give me a teenager heel. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they need to make up their mind, because people that have been watching for 30 years, 20 years, they're now in an age that they can spend a lot of money on wrestling.
Right.
And people that are new, they can only spend money, I don't know, on their birthdays, on their Christmas, whatever. So for me, I think that is a mistake that they're not doing the right focus on people. But we already know TKO that said that they don't care about the old watchers or the old people that watch that or whatever. They're focusing on just getting new people on the.
Yeah, but I think you're right, because the thing that made wrestling work for Vince McMahon was the fact that he found ways to make wrestling multi-generational. He found ways to get women to want to watch the product, which is crazy because he's the most misogynistic son of a bitch on the planet. But women did not watch wrestling before Vince McMahon got them to watch wrestling, except in Texas. Texas was the exception. The Von Erichs had 40% women in their freaking stadiums for matches. I don't know how they did it, but the Von Erichs got women watching wrestling.
The club.
Club foot motherfuckers getting the ladies out there. The claw, they like to grab. No, so my issue with WWE is it just isn't making sense yet. And I keep giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to get around to this point of making sense. But now I am getting to the point where, yes, I am the older fan. Yes, they're not making the product for me, but I feel like they're missing, and I have to call it out, that I think they're messing up some of the heart of wrestling. Part of the heart of wrestling, as cheesy or dumb as it may seem to Tony Khan or to TKO, to anybody with TK in their initials, is good versus evil. And I'm not saying you can't have more complex, complicated stories, but it doesn't have to be all of them. Like, you know what I liked on Raw? I liked the Maxine turn.
Yeah,
it made perfect sense. It was simple, straightforward. It was telegraphed for months. We already saw the interaction. Like, there's nobody that was surprised by it, but yet everybody loved it.
Because at the end of the day, wrestling is supposed to be a soap opera to some extent. Like they've always said, it's the male soap opera, and at some point along the way, they stopped doing that, and they maybe it was right around The Dark Knight when every superhero movie had to be gritty and whatever. Yes, maybe that's it or whatever. But all of a sudden, it wasn't cool to be soap opera anymore in wrestling, and that to me, the thing with you talk about Cody and CM Punk, you don't really need to turn Cody face or heel. I mean, all you really need to do is let CM Punk be a fucking asshole to Cody and then beat Cody a few times. And
I think it's going to backfire. I think if you let CM Punk be an asshole with the way the story is uncurated, I really think they're going to run the risk right now of the crowd healing on Cody and cheering for CM Punk no matter how awful CM Punk is.
You can't have Cody win the match. You have to do, and maybe that is the case, but I think
you can't have CM Punk keep the belt. He's made out of glass.
You have to. You have to have CM Punk keep the belt. And then what I would do is have CM Punk sit there and talk shit on the mic and then only defend the title every couple months, you know? And I think they really got to knock Cody down a couple pegs, you know, like have him come out of this thing and be like, crap, I can't, you know, now I'm out of the title picture because I lost this title. And so now I got to get back up here. And then the fans are going to be more interested in him because what they don't want is they don't want Super Cody. You know what I mean? Like they don't want Super Cena. They don't want Super Cody. That's the thing that they don't want. And like you can have him take a couple steps back. You know,
well, maybe that's the whole reason Kenny is no selling the nut shot. Maybe Kenny is just saying, I'm not Cody Rhodes. Because Cody Rhodes' nut shots are kryptonite for him, apparently. Every year, Cody Rhodes is going to go into the big match, gets hit in the dick by somebody, and it sets up a feud, and then he fights them for the belt.
I think that's how you say hello to Cody now.
Cody Rhodes, you just kind of
kick him in the balls, like.
And I'm going to say this. Right now. If Maxine had been wrestling Kenny Omega tonight, Kenny Omega would have lost because her nut shot is on a different level than everybody else's.
Yeah. But like, would you come to say like with wrestling and especially WWE, I think it's an evolution of things in the sense where it's like you go through all your eras and stuff like that, and we're at that point now where you've had a company take over the show, and I think they're trying to keep some sort of professional, family-friendly image because they're trying to pitch it at more, like you said, the newer audience where it's like the kids and the next generation, whereas like us as being, I guess, connoisseurs.
Why they like that?
I'll be honest though. I don't think that's the audience that they're looking for. I think the audience, and the reason why they're doing this, the audience is corporate America. They're trying to please the CEOs of other companies. They're trying to get the ad dollars. They're trying to be in good with ESPN and the Disney. So they're trying to look like that, but at the same time, their marketing and their pricing and the event structure is set up for 35-year-old white males. It's not set up for families or younger audiences.
Whether that's the target audience or not, it's like you said, it's kind of trying to get more contracts and more of a corporate image where they're trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and as they're going through it. And I guess it's whether like. It's how they're doing it at the moment. They've got no idea with the writing, and that's what we've complained about it for ages and how it's all being set up, And I think, like, going back to Sami Zayn, for example, like, everybody's got different thoughts and feelings on it. I'm sort of at the point where I was like, I think when Gunther had his title run, Gunther, yeah. So Sami had a match against Gunther in Canada, and I thought that would have been the time, if any time, that Sami should have gone over because he was red hot then. But I'm glad he got the title. It could be worse, it could be better, it could be worse. But hey, let's look at, like I said, Finn Balor gets it, loses it the next night. You get those sort of quick turnovers, but at least you can say that even for 9 days that he was the champion, didn't get to defend it. But I feel sorry for the guy. It's just wrong timing. It's all timing and placement, man. And
I just don't get why. All right, so the WWE wants to make a lot of money, right? They produce like 8 hours of television a week, right? I don't know why they're not trying to capture all of the audience, right? And what I mean by that, but what I mean by that, they're not. They are not. They are not.
I know. I'm not saying they're not. I think they think they're doing exactly what you're saying.
They're not doing that, and honestly, if WWE
but they think they are.
If they wanted to do it, what they would do is they would cater each of these shows to different demographics. You'd have your AAA, and that would be going after kind of more of the Spanish.
No. Let's keep them away from AAA. Let's live in its own.
This is what I'm trying to say is AAA would be going after that Spanish market, and that way they're directly going after a market that likes what AAA does. the NXT would be going after like the up and coming market. You would take Raw and you would make it your AEW market. Your more wrestling fans, your harder core, your more trashy stories, and then you take SmackDown and make it your more family friendly thing. Now you've got a little bit of every market everywhere, and now you could. But what they're doing is they're, especially on the Raw and SmackDown thing, is they're literally just taking 4 or 5 hours and going after the same market, which is not a huge chunk of the audience that doesn't want it. And now you have 5 hours of TV that feel like the exact same thing. If you would separate the two shows and give you like different kind of TV, now you have actual different audiences, different shows, and now you are trying to collect all of the audience. I just don't understand why they wouldn't do that.
The reason they don't do that is, first of all, they think that they are. They think that Evolve and AAA and NXT and SmackDown and Raw are different enough products that they are covering all the bases. They're not. But also the reason why they're not is because the whole process is a grooming process to get people ready to do things the Netflix Raw way. Because they see that as the height and the high level, and where they make the most money is when all of a sudden you get a guy like LA Knight that was originally like a TNA guy to them, been around on the indies. They put him in NXT. He worked his way up through a couple of decent feuds with Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase or whatever the fuck he did. He gets on there. They revamp his gimmick a couple of times, but all of a sudden he's ready for prime time. He's popping 17,000 people and he's selling T-shirts left and right. And so they look at that as the success. They want the Jey Uso thing. They want the LA Knight thing. They want Cody Rhodes to come in from another company and sell the shirts and get the big pops and do the things. The entire process is set up for grooming that. And then, they get these people up there and they're great talents and they're entertaining us on TV, but they're Dakota Kai. And they're like, well, Dakota Kai doesn't sell T-shirts. Dakota Kai doesn't do Make-A-Wish. Dakota Kai doesn't register in a boardroom when we're trying to sell Nestle Crunch Bar commercials. So guess who gets cut? Dakota Kai. Like even guys like Sheamus, who have been very good for the company on the advertising side. Sheamus has done a ton of advertising work for WWE. They go back to him and they're like, man, you're not moving the needle right now. You're not putting asses in seats. Let's restructure your contract.
Mate, loyalty is nothing when everybody's replaceable. That's a professional.
Well, and here's the kicker about that, because I don't disagree. You can't look at Sheamus and say Sheamus right now is worth $1 million a year. He's not Sheamus from fucking 8 years ago. He's not. We know he's not. He's not worth that amount anymore. But part of the business is you climb your way up the ladder and then you get extra money for not doing as much work. But what TKO is saying is we're not going to do that anymore. However, my problem is, okay, fine. You don't want to do that, but you signed a contract with Sheamus. It goes for 2 years. So guess what? You got him for 2 years. You paid him $1 million. Do something with him or don't, but pay the man his money. TKO's not doing that. TKO is saying, look, we can just flat out fucking fire you. But instead, we're offering you a chance to restructure and still make some money, but money that is more commensurate with the value that we see that you have now in our company. And that is a kick in the nuts, because that's not the way that Hollywood works.
This show has been about kicking people in the nuts a little bit too much.
This is seriously, though, this is part of why wrestlers need a union ASAP. This is where this is ridiculous. The guy has a contract. He works for your company. If you're not getting out of him what you need, then you were dumb for giving him the contract. You don't just get to be like, no, we were dumb for giving you the contract. We're going to restructure it. We're going to change it midstream when you've got 2 years left on your contract. What? What's the point of a contract? It doesn't protect the worker at all.
Are they at least offering less days with that?
Yeah, I mean it's a restructure. They're saying, hey, we need you for this, this, and this. We're not getting other stuff out of you. You know, can you take literally
you say
a
no,
third?
you get fired? How's that a restructure? Like
but I'm
instruction with a
saying,
gun in your head.
is it the same contract for the same amount of dates? Because I could see a situation with like a Sheamus, right? Because he is like he's a legend, right? And like I could see being like, we don't want to pay Sheamus $5 million, but like would you be amendable to taking a more part-time schedule? We'll reduce your pay, but we're not going to ask you to be on the road all the time. We'll bring you in for 3 months out of the year, and we'll get you to have a good program. They
don't like that either.
But that's what they should be doing if they're going to start paying. They should
Like
say, listen, if you're not going to do it, we're going to offer you more of a part-time schedule, so at least you're not doing the dates.
They're having trouble with the people that have those kind of deals already. They don't want that anymore. They want regular work. And here's the thing.
They want it all. They want to pay nothing and have them work.
Yes.
Corporate.
And when you take a talent that's 10 or 11 years younger, that's exciting. You take a Trick Williams and you replace Sheamus with Trick Williams. They're like, okay, we pay Trick Williams $300,000 a year. We pay Sheamus $1.2 million. Trick wrestles every week, is popping crowds, is doing media for us. Why the fuck do we have Sheamus? And you can't tell somebody from a new company that's sitting there in the office and looking at it on paper, Sheamus, what did we do with Sheamus last week? They just ran his Snickers commercial again. That's the only Sheamus thing on our docket from last week. Like, be smart about when did he film that Snickers commercial? Oh, a year and a half ago. So what are we paying Sheamus $1.2 million for? And I'm just making that number up, but I believe it is somewhere in that ballpark.
If you're going to restructure it for someone like Sheamus, right, who has all that experience, he's a locker room leader at that. He's been in the ring for God knows how long now. Take him, utilize him, man. Put him in the performance center. Teach the younger kids that are coming up, man. Like
that's still restructuring, though. That's still restructuring.
They
still a valuable asset to the company.
Experience, because if they care about experience, Jey Uso will not be anywhere near a ring because he's just like.
But don't the wrestlers kind of have leverage now? And why are they not using the leverage?
They are. Because Sheamus said no, and he's going to wait out his 90 days, and he's going to call Tony Khan and get his $1.5 million to go be in the Death Riders.
I don't even know if here's the thing. Like with Sheamus, it's like I honestly don't think Sheamus moves the needle like that. I don't even know if he'll end up in AEW because he kind of feels like a guy that can easily be the next Miro or somebody that wants to come in and kind of big time it a little bit.
No, he is so tight with Moxley and Claudio. He'll walk right in.
He will be
Sheamus in AEW would be really cool. He would have good matches with people, and him back with no, but I'm saying
he will be CMLL level champion by the end of the year.
Yeah,
but Claudio was.
He'll be fighting.
Yeah, but I'm saying it is on its own it's an idea that would work. But is it a good idea? I don't think so because the roster is already so full.
And the dude was almost already to retire.
If you're Sheamus though, and you're making that money, and they come to you and they say take half or take a third, you're like, even if Tony Khan doesn't hire me, like first of all, I'd immediately be like, I'm taking the chance that Tony Khan will hire me, even if I can't negotiate today. And if not, Sheamus was in the bracket where he's making enough money where it's like, okay, well, I guess I just open 4 of Sheamus's gyms or something else. I go buy a Burger King. I do something else with my life altogether and make money because Sheamus can still take whatever money he's got and still make $600,000 to $1 million a year easily.
But he can also just go work part-time all over the world and put on a really cool match every few months.
Right, but he wouldn't even need to do that. Literally, he could just go like this is what ex-NFL players do. You know what they do? They buy car dealerships. They buy 5 subways.
Yeah.
This is what ex-athletes need to do. And this is one of the things that wrestlers, by and large, really haven't started doing. And I don't know why. And I've talked to a few of them about it. Like, look, if you are a wrestler and right now you make over $230,000 a year, you need to get a business plan together because somebody will loan you the rest of the money and open a business that you don't have to do anything for. You hire management people out of their regional management training. They run the damn business for you and you collect money. This is what every ex-lineman from the NFL has done with his life.
Sheamus Airbnbs in Ireland will be amazing.
Let's do it. I'm there. Let's go. Drinking Guinness and hanging out in Ireland with Sheamus.
He was already almost going to retire, and that's the other thing too. And
Exactly.
and that's why I'm skeptical about the AEW thing. I am. If he showed up in AEW, would I be surprised? And that's not necessarily. But as an AEW viewer, do I want Sheamus to show up in AEW? Nah, he doesn't really move the needle for me, if I'm being honest. You know, it's kind of just like it's another like Edge situation where it's like, all right, yeah, but he works the WWE style, and like he can't quite go in the ring as much as some of the younger guys. And so for me, as an AEW viewer, I'm not. And that's the thing, is like, is Sheamus going to bring in people from outside to watch from WWE?
I think so. He will. Big time.
Will he bring in more than New Day?
No,
it's a separate thing. New Day's going to come in and do their thing for a little bit, but these guys are also at the end of their careers.
But is New Day not going to bring already the audience that Sheamus would bring over? Or is there a different audience for Sheamus than there is New Day?
Yeah.
Oh, Mexico. Es un nuevo día. Sí lo es.
I think you get Sheamus is real popular with the redneck wrestling fans. He really is. Like, and I think AEW has a little bit of that, market, but I think he brings you more of it. And Claudio had it too. Like, but honestly, Sheamus is more recognizable than Claudio, and Sheamus is a former WWE champion. And like,
but to your point,
bro, Jinder Mahal makes money, more than most people because he's a former WWE champion, even if he's one of the worst ones.
To that point, Sheamus in AEW in the Death Riders does make. I'm just saying, him going into Death Riders doesn't make sense because they just added Will, and Will being the new guy in Death Riders is the story there. And bringing someone else in takes that away. But I personally, I would entertain the idea of Sheamus coming in, doing some matches, but ultimately, winning some, looking great, but also ultimately he should lose and put over a lot of the top guys of AEW. He should put over MJF. He should put over Ospreay.
No, he should do exactly what Claudio does, and you'll get the exact same result from it, but just a slightly bigger reaction with a little more traction out in the world of casual wrestling viewers.
And do it on like a 3-year or less contract. Part-time, let him have some fun at the end of his career. But
and then he would be a good guy to be an agent, but not at WWE. He was too high up the ladder to be an agent at WWE. And if you look at WWE, none of the current crop of guys that was there were ever top guys. They were, it's Petey Williams, it's Shane Helms. Like, there were guys who had big moments. It was Abyss, who was a TNA guy, but he's like the best agent at WWE right now.
That's why in hockey you have a lot of player coaches who were. There are exceptions, but you have player coaches who were.
Are you kidding me with this? I would watch the shit out of that. Are you kidding? Let's go. Sheamus versus Ultimo Guerrero.
But in hockey,
down for that.
You have a lot of coaches who either didn't make the NHL as players or they were role players, grinders.
Nobody understands the reference.
Who had to understand who had to. Their players. You don't need to know the rules of the game. They weren't the superstars. They weren't the ones with God's gift in their hands. And
you can say the same thing about soccer, baseball, whatever.
Yeah. So I'm making a point about.
But what he's saying is make a point. Make the same point.
The coaches are the ones. The coaches. They're barely. I mean, hockey is the hardest.
Sports.
You can just bring up football.
Hockey is the hardest. Vikings. It's the hardest sport to play. And it's the best sport ever. It's not like football, which is such a dumb
I just
sport.
want our fans and our audience to understand that Byron himself is an excellent C-tier hockey player. So he has an affinity for hockey.
I don't
know what C-tier means, but
I mean,
C as in the athletes or as in Charlie. I'm
just going to leave it out there, whichever floats your boat. All right, let's do some pops and drops because I got to get the hell out of here. I got to get up early tomorrow. All right. I'm look, there's a lot of things I could say with my drop of the week, but I've already said it. I'm going to reiterate it now, loud and proud and very clear. My drop of the week is any professional wrestler taking a nut shot and a belt shot and kicking out on one. That is fuck-ass stupidity and should never be allowed on wrestling programs.
Kick him off the show.
I don't care if you are Kenny by God Omega. I don't care if you're Hulk Hogan himself. The corpse of Hulk Hogan should not kick out of a nut shot and a belt shot. No one should ever be able to do that. It undefines wrestling. It turns wrestling into a laughable comedy of stupidity.
We're losing all of our credibility now.
Whatever.
Yeah,
when I started the show saying that, we had 20 more people watching than now.
We worked so hard at our credibility and it's gone.
That's exactly how I feel about the nut shot and the belt shot resulting in a 1 count. That is my drop of the week.
Are they gonna ever believe that it's a real fighting show again?
Never, ever.
How
suspension of disbelief is gone.
I used to think Hurricane Ranas were super deadly, but then I watched recently, and it looks like a guy just rolls around.
He throws himself into the move.
If you want to know what breaks, continuity for me, it's those stupid finishers that take so much setup to get to the point to do it, and like unbelievable setup.
271 plex or whatever the fuck it is.
Is it?
No, like a 619, but like at least the 619 made sense. But then there's like a series of moves now that people do that need the person to be in a certain position to take a move.
Oh, like they have to hold to the
The lady Turk in NXT, she's awesome, and the move does look cool, but it's also like there's only one instance in situation that you could ever do this.
Yeah, but that's the finisher. So now we have to create a situation for it every match, and like sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't, and then that really that bothers me more than a nut shot and like a title thing, because like I get that he's hulking up or whatever, but like those moves that just like Bandito has that one where he has to have him sit there and like, and then he takes forever to get to it.
That's
sometimes.
what I was talking about.
Don't you dare talk about okay.
Yeah. But those ones really, those are the ones that like take me so far out of the match. It drives me nuts.
Bandito's my man's.
All right, who's got a drop? I need a drop.
That was my drop.
That's your drop. Bad move setup.
My drop is Justin's take on Justin trying to tell wrestlers how to wrestle a match. There's different genres of wrestling, different audiences. There's different styles for different audiences. The 1 count kick out has been around for over a decade. It is awesome. It is another exciting thing to add into a match. If
after a body slam.
No.
After a lariat.
No, after a finish. You're expecting a 2 and like 5/8 kick out. And then they do a 1 count. And you're like, oh, and get you all jazzed up, and the whole building will start shaking with the energy. But still, the person could come back and win. The person could lose a 1 more move because they're getting their shit kicked.
Okay, so what am I supposed to believe is a move that just ends a match? Like, what if I drop a ladder on somebody's head? Can they 1 count kick out?
What
if I sledgehammer them?
Leg drop.
That Kyle Fletcher match where
great ladder came out of the ring, maybe.
What you need to do is you need to go to those websites that sell customs and book your own match.
And you think
and
I have
it? And then it'll finish the way you want it to finish.
Oh, I finished
the way you want it to finish.
What? You acting like I'm broke. Of course I got customs. I got a wall full of them.
I'm just saying, if you want to be that particular about the finish of a match, then
Byron, have you ever seen that show How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
It's called Custom.
They didn't have any wrestling on that show. They had hockey on the show.
Video game though.
They had Canadians on that show.
Okay, so we got a drop from Baron. We got a drop from Byron. Pato, you got a drop for me?
Drop, yes. The exploding skateboard.
I'm with you on that.
That was one of my pops.
No,
that was one of my pops.
No,
Yeah,
no,
No, why?
hold on, no.
The whole
Okay.
thing, it worked.
Johnny had the controller, and he's like, "How you know?"
How you know?
How you
it's
know?
just-
No, I like
the whole
explosions.
setup. I like the whole setup because he goes like, "Don't open it," because he will explode right away on your face, and then like, it was pretty funny. I liked it.
I don't know.
It was fun. Why can't we have fun? Oh,
I think that it was fun. I just
Justin
don't
says
like
we cannot have
the
fun
skateboard.
anymore.
Oh, you don't mind the explosion. You didn't like a skateboard.
Yeah. Like they can explode anything, but the skateboard and how I don't know this guy's name, but the one that got the
Tony.
explosion didn't react like I don't know.
Brian Cage.
Yeah, I didn't like how
It's
he
not-
react when he
Is
exploded.
that who it was?
He's doing the best he can.
Okay, well,
He went to the Jeff
Remember-
Cobb School of Acting.
Remember when I was like, "Hey, remember that first segment that everybody was complaining because the birds didn't have it?" It's probably because they couldn't fucking act.
They didn't have to do anything. Somebody else could have said something, and then they just go into fisticuffs.
That is more of an editing or and direction kind of a problem than
If they had a director, then the director could have just been, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Walk up there.
Okay, I have a question.
Byron, can you read Rebecca's comment for me?
My job is a company where being the best wrestle, but it doesn't work like a real fight, i.e. the nut shot.
Yeah, because they're the best wrestlers. They
It's a
can throw
fucking
nut
wrestling
shot.
show. It's a
They're the
made
best
up.
wrestlers. If you can't take a nut shot in wrestling, then you got to go to WWE.
Exactly.
It was
Not a
so
real
awesome. And like it was so. Did you feel the
Go to
energy?
WWE and become
wrestler.
world
Sports
champion.
entertain. You be sports entertain.
Because that's what
And
they
take
do
the
over
shot.
there.
Kenny went.
Take nut
this,
shots
by
and
the way-
become champion of the world.
I'm gonna turn the video off on this because this might be offensive. But Kenny went full Japan for the finish of the match. We're like,
Whoa! We do not
Bro,
endorse the comments
you
made by Byron.
can't go full offensive and then put the sponsor on there.
Wow. Total backfire.
Oops.
That's a pizza cutter spot into a Domino's commercial there.
Before I
No,
drop
he,
or whatever, I have
he
to
went
ask
full-
a question.
Yeah.
he went full.
Ask it,
Byron,
Tony.
If you're Sasha,
Bailey.
uh,
Brooklyn.
hockey fan, who is
Oh, I
this
think you
guy?
said Sasha. Who's that guy?
Yeah,
What's
who's
you?
the guy that I'm shaking hands with?
That's
I don't
Tony
know.
S.T. Allen.
You tell me.
Are you shaking hands with like
Yeah,
holding
I
his hand
know.
on the table?
Are you
Cam
15
Neely.
in this
I don't-
picture? How old are you?
No,
Yeah.
I'm 27.
I'm
I'm
2
like
hours.
27.
I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy.
I'm like 26.
Is that the coach of the Canucks back when they were doing the thing?
Yeah, this is
You're in Vancouver?
Alain Vignon.
Oh yeah, Alain Vigneault.
oh wow!
Yeah.
I
Cool.
don't know who that guy is.
That's
You can tell
awesome.
the picture's old because they're carrying newspapers.
That's cool that you made us.
He
look at
was
an old
handing
picture
out
of you.
newspapers outside of a drugstore in Vancouver.
That's how you know it's old. There's newspapers in the
Because there was newspapers. There's like a payphone in the picture. There's a newspaper.
No,
I
but-
miss Vancouver. Not so much anymore.
Tony, do you have a drop?
Do I have a drop? I actually really enjoy wrestling, but I do have a drop.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Andrade is getting sidetracked from the World Championship
Oh man.
by bullshit.
I mean,
going
he went from
also-
eyeballing the world championship now to the lowest possible belt in
No,
AEW.
not even.
Circle.
No, stop. Not even. He has to beat someone else first before getting to the lowest belt available in the company that nobody
What if-
like. So, I'm the champion. I think I won it last week and lost it at one point.
So are you
What if-
saying that they're treating
starting a
Andrade
belt
like a Mexican in catering? Is that what you're saying?
Well, but they can't because he's so fucking over. Just put the belt on him in fucking Grand Slam.
Okay, but work with me here, Tony. Work with me here.
No. Fuck
If
that
it
shit.
if it takes him 6 months and this just keeps building, and every week you come back to this show like, oh my god, they can't just fucking Andrade. But then he finally gets there and he finishes his story.
But when? We don't have a WrestleMania
What do you
in
mean?
this company like that.
How'd you know?
It ain't
How
like
you
you
know?
can just go and be
know?
like, oh, he's gonna go to I don't know Royal Rumble and then do WrestleMania. That's not how this company works.
Andrade's gonna get his chance. He will.
The thing that sucks is that
this is the thing. He's gonna get his chance, whatever.
Why is hot, man?
Meanwhile, MJF is gonna be 7-time champion.
But I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this.
Hold on. Why couldn't you have him be this transitional champion as Kenny is doing right now? Why?
Okay,
What's the
because
difference?
but here's the
Tell me what's the difference.
thing. Tony, you know Andrade. Just take a look at the look on his face. He has already cut the deal with Tony Khan for that belt. It is absolutely, it's inevitable. He has already made an agreement with Tony Khan that he will be the first Mexican champion in AEW, or else Andrade would be a fickle, sourpuss son of a bitch right now. But he is having the time of his life. He somehow double fucked up all of his career and landed here, and he's as happy as a pig in shit. He's gonna get that belt. Tony Khan and him have already planned it out, and you know how Tony Khan is. When he gets that thing in his mind, he's going to do it. I just think there was already 5 other of those Tony's going to do it's in place before Andrade's whole shit got finally cleared up. So now they're toying with it, and Andrade's having fun. But I'm here to say that before this time next year, and it might take a full 12 months, but before July of next year, Andrade will be the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, yes, but further, he's going to take it off MJF. He'll be the next one to take it off MJF's.
My job as a Mexican, born,
white
citizen,
carrying
a passport.
Are you from Gomez? Are you from Gomez?
Preach.
From north of Mexico, about like 2 hours from his house.
Preach.
I have to push this shit all the time because I cannot let it slip.
Let's do it.
And also, how you know?
How you know?
How you know?
So, and what I
He's
need
about to have a belt.
And what I need is for Shane Taylor to have the heavyweight title at some point in time, so we can erase that Swerve is the only black champion.
No.
Also, he will be the first male Mexican champion.
Right.
Swerve is a upstanding citizen, perfect representation. I love Swerve.
Wow.
Nigga, what?
What? We just lost our monetization.
No, actually, it's in the thing. You can, black. If you've said it, definitely.
Have you met Stefan?
Just like, I would let him babysit my kid.
Woo!
Who?
You don't like your children.
You would let Swerve? First of all, I'm not going to say it.
Didn't he burn a house and shit? I'm just saying.
He's gonna teach him how to start fires.
No. He wasn't the one that burned the house. It was his house that got burned.
Yeah.
He was the one that he was the one that did the attempted murder and abduction.
And also,
I'm justified. Swerve has done nothing wrong.
Also, why I have to push this
role model
even more with Andrade is because Mexicans, we have nothing to go on with anymore.
Because
or Mexican
I agree. This dude is so committed to his bit, right? This is my.
This is a bit. You're being Mexicans a bit, Tony.
Wow! Did the white guy just say
I know
that?
The ski color about man, but this is how I live.
No, he's so committed to the character right now that he showed up on TV today wearing like an 8-piece suit in 90-degree weather.
Right.
That alone should get him a title shot or a title.
Seriously, Thunder was texting me like, this place is open. Like there is no locker room in the back. There is like it's 95 degrees, 86 humidity.
Yeah.
and this motherfucker comes out like he's in Glasgow or some shit.
He hasn't changed since that one trip. Same suitcase.
Dude, when I was out at the bar, he was walking around in that same outfit. When I ran into him at the bar, that was what I was like, oh shit, it's Andrade. And he's still dressed like
it's so funny because when Trick Williams does it, it works. But when Andrade does it, I'm like, because Trick Williams wears a fur coat all over Florida all the time.
Yeah, but because when I look at Andrade, I'm thinking Durango, and I'm pretty sure that right now it's 125.
25.
No?
Right. Hilarious. Hey, Coma. Comatose, can you save this segment and give me a drop?
You want a drop?
I gave a drop. What do you mean?
I don't think I need to. I think we've touched base on all of it, man. I didn't get to see my man Bandito or Leo Rush tonight, so I was a little bit disappointed in that.
Yeah,
but
Leo Rush.
I just feel like we got a bad bash.
Well, Leo, if you want to see some Leo Rush, go and watch that match that him and Shotzi just had.
I did.
Stuff.
It's awesome.
Okay,
it's really great. It's really great,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of angles you can play there. Definitely really cool.
I mean, I like that he's got this story and this character going in AEW, and then he can take it and further it on the Indies and do other stuff. And if you haven't seen that match, I won't spoil it.
in ROH.
I still don't know about his hip hop album. There, it's a little bit controversial.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a little sketch.
To a sketch. Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna go backwards, and since we're on you already, Coma, give me a pop while we're on you.
Ooh.
We lost Tony. Fuck Tony. Bye, Tony.
Oh no, he's just gone at the wrong time. Oh no, Tony, he's supposed to give me my new day.
Well, we didn't talk about Andrade enough, so he left.
Wait, so you wanted New Day already? Oh, they still got some time on that no compete.
I'm gonna get it. Pardon?
That's your pop not getting New Day?
Wait, that's my intro into my pop.
Okay.
So I have to have that
He wants to do the New Day in Spanish.
Yeah.
Well, then we need Tony back.
No, we got Pato. He's got it.
Could do it.
Okay.
It's a New Day, yes, it is, but you have to do it in Spanish. You know the New Day song? See, he doesn't even get it. You need Tony.
Got nothing.
It's a New Day. Yes, it is.
We
have
the meat. Tony left him hanging. That's Coma's drop.
All right, Bear, what do you got for a pop?
My pop is kind of a drop because my pop is Kyle Fletcher dropping Takashita on his head on the turnbuckle and then taking that belt. Because that was, that move, that brain bust, the turnbuckle brain buster was gnarly.
I didn't really like how that match started, but I loved how it ended.
You saying, what do you need to finish an opponent off in AEW? That right there. That's what it is. You don't come back from that. Kenny Omega's not kicking out on one on that one. But that, those two guys are awesome. I can't wait for them to. I mean, they're creeping into that actual like world title picture. They're sitting there haggling over the belt that's main event adjacent, and so those two guys are awesome. I can't wait to see what else they do during their careers, man.
Okay, I'm with you. Pato, pop.
Bear stole my pop.
Bear, you son of a bitch.
Sorry, I could give you my other one.
No, that's solid though. I like that you guys
take
both
my
liked
skateboard one. My other one was a skateboard. You can take that pop if you'd like.
No, I really like Kyle's match against Takeshita. It was really cool. Actually, I like it better than Omega's match.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, and realistically, when you're looking at it, it's like those two guys are wrestling-wise probably in the top 10 right now to me.
And they know each other, right?
The company or like wrestling in general?
I mean, in all of wrestling. Like, I put Will Ospreay as the best wrestler in the world right now. But Kyle and Takeshita are probably 8 and 10, somewhere in there in the top 10.
If you're talking AEW, I was going to say probably top 5 in AEW.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like worldwide of me just sitting down and watching wrestling. I've got
next week.
Let's all them up there. You know, and my other one is I think I have Io Sky as the number 4 best wrestler in the whole world right now.
Are we going to do a top 10 list next week? All
that would be cool. 10?
Please. Our
Let's
top
do it.
10
We do the drinking game next week.
Let's do it. Your top 10 wrestlers in the world, not one promotion in the world.
But
2026.
Everyone has to do it with us.
Is this current wrestlers or of all time? What are we talking here?
No, current.
You can vote if you want to. You can vote for Hulk Hogan.
2026. We're about what? We're at.
He was alive this year.
7 months into the year right now. So who are our top 10 wrestlers of 2026 right now, currently?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
How about that?
Top 10. Top 10 right now. Byron.
Hi.
This is the part where you tell me something good about wrestling.
So, pops of the week. I very much enjoyed the show of Dynamite. I very much appreciated getting, the title match, MJF and Kenny doing a huge match. And I'm glad that we got the extra New Japan gear of Kenny. You're not going to beat him when he gets in a New Japan mode with spiking his head. They do that for fun over in New Japan. I'm not doing that. They do that for fun in New Japan. You can't beat him by dropping him on his head. Anyways, and then the Kyle and Takeshita match is just, we were getting a lot of great stuff. And then the women's casino thing was incredible. They got everyone and they had a lot of cool stuff going on, but the whole time Tekla was just doing her thing, which was incredibly entertaining. I thought it was a lot of fun. I also, not on these shows or anything that we actually talk about, Stardom is doing a lot of really great creative stuff. Sai Kamitani and Utami are doing their thing. I haven't seen too much of that. I also need to watch more of their stuff. But Maki Ito and her unofficial group, the Ito Respect Gundun, are trying to become officially recognized by Stardom. And how they're going about it is, one, they waited for Okada to come back from America, and then they captured him with like a bug's net, a net on a pole. They grabbed him and they yelled at him for a while. And then that didn't work. So then they snuck into a staff member's office at Stardom. They got her with the net. And then they're all wearing masks, the bandana masks. Maki's wearing hers that she got from Nick Gage. One of them has like a wooden sword. The other one has a staff and a net. Maki has like a toy Luger pistol thing, old gun that looks small even in her hands. You could tell she's smiling, like they're all trying not to laugh, even under the masks. She points the gun at the staffer, and it's like, help us become a real group. It's just so absurd and silly, right? And then she eventually just
good
drops
story though. It's a storyline.
Yeah. And then she
take character and combine it with story, and then add in action, and you've got good wrestling.
It's great. And then they have another match, and when they do their matches, this gets incorporated into them wanting to be more, their identity legitimized. And then they also
not even acknowledge Coma. You're just going to keep talking and not even. He raised his hand and everything.
Coma, what do you want? I thought he was.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Okay. Here we
what
go.
The hell?
Sorry,
I thought you were saying preach, like you're agreeing with me. Why are you going to throw a Miz line at me?
Yeah, awesome. I just want to throw in quickly. That tombstone on the chair. My God, that was awesome.
I love that spot. I love because
awesome,
it looked cool, but it also it hurts MJF.
Hand.
What, dude?
There you go.
I'm watching the vertical. So I don't see it.
I love this show.
So, but another cool to finish the Maki thing, and just she's fit in so well there, but she's brought so much character work, and she's building up other people around her so much in Stardom. She and Starlight, who you guys got to see, who's incredible. They exchanged signature spots where Maki does the thing in the corner, the head punches, and who's the cutest in the world. So Starlight Kid did that. And then Maki got upset and then knocked Starlight Kid down to do her signature moonsault, where she steps on you, like rubs you out like you're a cigarette, I guess. I don't know why. And then she does a moonsault. But the thing is, have you guys ever seen Maki Ito do a moonsault?
No, I believe so.
No. So like she did the spot and then she took the step in front to like do a backflip onto Starlight Kid, who was lying down. And you could tell like she didn't know what to do.
She's like, wait a minute.
You know,
out
it's
of
like
my wheelhouse.
And then she just turned around and did a headbutt. It was funny. It's fun.
That's
it's
fun.
good, fun stuff. Wrestling should be fun.
Wrestling
like that.
should be fun. I'm going to say my runner-up drop that I think I mentioned earlier, Damian Priest. That promo was a runaway train, man. Let's you've done the promo now. You're the bisexual Undertaker of Mexico, even though you're Puerto Rican.
Well, I tried to explain it to you guys earlier.
No, we didn't have to. It was all done in picture format.
But then you guys all, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, and look, he immediately redeemed himself with the lovely 4th of July photos that he posted with him and his girl, Lola Vice.
Don't know.
Who I know as the Valerie Laredo, the MMA fighter. That's my but that was my runner-up. My runner-up pop was AEW. As much as I really did hate, I honestly really did hate the no sell, but it was a fabulous episode of Dynamite tonight. Even though I jokingly gave it a C-, it was clearly better than that. It kind of restored my faith in wrestling after, you know, that tremendously long weekend of pay-per-views a couple weekends ago and dismally bad things from WWE. However,
turn Punk.
Did we even grade it? We didn't even go through and grade it, did we?
What, the AEW? No, we didn't. I mean, it was good.
Mayhem Stars. Can I hear you, mate?
I mean, is anyone going to say that it wasn't the best thing in wrestling this week? It's the best thing in wrestling.
Well, yeah, the week is still young.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
But my pop of the week, the thing that really made me smile, like AEW overall, I was just like into the episode the whole way. But the one thing that really made me smile more than everything else, it was the Maxine turn. I really, really enjoyed it. It was just like, thank God, you know, I've enjoyed what she's doing. You know me, I love it when we see them put in the work and we know and we hear all the stuff from backstage and somebody's really doing it. And then the thing with her and Natty didn't really go great. Like, it was like, okay, the match made sense, but then when they tried to do it as a feud, yeah, Maxine versus Natty as a feud.
There's a set of nuts in there that I felt sorry for. That wasn't a no sell by any chance.
But no, the nut shot. Dude, she ended the nut shot with a little.
Did she ever?
She's a Vision's missing
she
piece.
cupped it a little bit on the way out there. And the fact that she's just doing the acting thing, and it's like we're getting the soap opera thing, even though, once again, we know that's not her boyfriend. We know her boyfriend is a WWE wrestler that came in after her and is not as good as her.
That.
Well, he is. She's dating some. She's dating a black dude that she was hooked up with before WWE. He's like a college football player or something, and they were both in the athletics department. And she came into WWE first, and then he came in through LFG and some stuff last year. He's pretty good actually. So they're married. Bex says they're married.
Oh damn!
But again, on camera, like this is the thing. Like, these people are supposed to be actors. They should be in an acting union, and we should be able to get storylines out of people like Liv and Dom or Maxine and Austin Theory. Like, they teased the thing for a long time, and it works. And that is my pop of the week, because that is the kind of stuff that I think drives story. It drives character. You put a hot girl with these annoying guys, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about, oh my God, disband the Vision, get rid of this shit forever, make it go away. With Maxine, I'd give it another 3 weeks.
Maybe longer.
Maybe 4.
Maybe it gets a Judgment Day run.
Maybe. Go ahead, boys. Free for all.
I think CM Punk is gonna do the heel turn. They have like a bunch of the guys on Twitter calling him out for being a hypocrite, and then Jack Perry.
I think they're going to do that also. I just don't think it's going to work. Tony, do you have a pop, a drop, or anything else you need to say before I cut this thing off?
Before you do, can you do New Day for me, please?
Oh, I have a new Spanish thing to say that is a catchphrase translated.
Naranjas.
It's not. Naranjas.
Wow. I need my pop. It's a new day.
No, I have a new one. Puedo cavarlo, chupador. It's Get You Dig It, sucker.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Five times. 5 veces.
Cinco
veces.
You got it, Coma. That's your pop of the week right there.
I'm gonna do one every other week. Just come out with what translation.
Can we get the flashback to Edges was pretty good though. That was pretty good.
On this day.
I have a pub. I moved to a house that I really, really like.
With cinema?
You moved again?
Wait, you're moving?
Well, can I say this, Tony? Even though I know you have a virtual background on, it sounds a little echoey, man. I think you need to unpack some boxes, maybe get some things up, some rugs, some curtains.
Everything, it's either on the living room or in the master bedroom right now.
You sound like you were sitting in an empty ass room, my friend.
I am.
You need to get.
Hey, it's a new day.
Yes, it is.
How many bedrooms you got?
I'm not even on my computer. I'm on a laptop.
A laptop is a computer.
What?
Not in
a laptop is a. Oh.
I have a desktop and a laptop.
Does it have a keyboard?
Must be nice.
Is it a new day?
Yeah, and I'm also buying a new M5 Max, whatever.
Now he's
so
just
I
bragging.
can edit faster than ever before.
I'm waiting to see the new Mac Studio Mac Mini.
I have the Mac Mini M4 Pro.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In a new house.
28.
Can I tell you guys the good news?
Because I've been looking at that stuff too.
Pato, we can barely hear you.
Has 16.
You know, my I'm gonna do a drop right now. Pato's been gesturing through the whole show. This is a podcast, bro. If you don't talk, it doesn't register anything, right? Like he's being like.
I like it. It pops me. No, but I gotta tell you guys something very important. It's been over 24 hours since Carol Lucha episode this week, which means if you go on the page now and watch it, you should be able to get Tony dubbed into English, which is my favorite thing in the world. You switch to Portuguese?
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing in the world. I'll tune into some of the show live, and then once Dani starts talking too fast for me, then I'll turn it off because my Spanish can't keep up in my brain. But then the next day I'll go back and watch them all speak English, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So just because you don't speak Spanish does not get you off the hook from watching that show, is what I'm saying. You still have to go and watch it, even if it's a day later. Period. It's on the network.
Es un nuevo día. Sí lo es.
Es un nuevo día.
Es un nuevo día. Sí
You're
lo
doing the
es.
Shibata gimmick now.
Perfect.
Es un nuevo día.
Es un nuevo día. Sí lo es.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You know what that means?
Oh no.
In English, it means until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.